We'll be live. I'm also trying, you're not supposed to try more than, you're not supposed to change more than one variable at a time so you can know for sure what had the positive or negative effect. Well, I'm going ahead and trying multiple things. I'm actually tethering. My internet connection is so bad, and I usually, almost every week, I have problems with that during the stream with my internet connection. So I'm actually streaming through my phone this week. Or tethering to my phone this week. So we'll see how that works. If that's better. Definitely has a better speed, but I don't know if there might be other unforeseen issues or lag or whatever. We'll see. All right. That's going.
It's a bad state of affairs infrastructure-wise when a mobile phone gives you better service than a landline.
Yeah, isn't it though? Well, it's because of where I live. I don't have the most common ways, out here. If you're in even a medium, not really small town, you can get cable, which has really good speeds. Although they potentially have caps and issues, But or a DSL, which usually isn't quite as fast, but can be a little more reliable in some other ways. But I can't get cable here at all. It's not an option. There's no cable in the ground out here. And the DSL that's available, the DSLAM, the equipment shack for them, is right on the edge of being too far away. And just within this last 6 months or something, I heard that they upgraded all the equipment in that shack, and so I need to try it again, but I haven't quite gotten there. I need to go ahead and give them another shot.
Yeah, but, in Britain, how they refer to it is there's the worst areas for landline service are copper wire to the exchange and copper from the exchange to the local green junction boxes, and then copper to your home. That usually gives you under 20 meg. Then there's cable to the exchange, cable to the local junction box, and copper to your home, which gives you up to usually around 70. And then there's cable from your door to all the way, and that gives me 300.
Well, that just I am happy that some people get to have those kind of speeds.
Yeah, well, we've got 5G coming soon,
right? And that's I'm about to order. I've been looking at the options. I'm about to order a cellular device to plug into my network, so I can try that. I just changed my cell phone plan so that I could do that, and I quadrupled the amount of tethering data I can do on my phone. So that might end up being my primary solution, is just doing that, which I just hate to depend on the cell network because it's so flaky. It doesn't take much to overload it, even out here.
Well, we're hearing talk of 1 gig speeds on 5G.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's obviously the top end of it, but...
Well, yeah. See, on my home, the current regular home internet that I've got right now is a wireless mesh system that somebody's doing. And theoretically, I've got up to 12, I think, on it. But I actually get more realistically, more practically, I'm getting like 5 or 6 or something like that. And that gets eaten up fast. If anybody else in the house decides to watch a movie or do anything, it chews it up pretty fast. The bandwidth, the speed is not horrible at that, but the bandwidth isn't there. Sorry, go ahead.
The reason why I have the 300 is because sometimes there can be 8 or 9 people in the house. 6 or 7 of which are teenagers.
Yup.
So
Well,
my speeds are fast enough. So even with all of them using the internet, which can sometimes be watching the same, streaming the same thing in 3 different rooms. I've known that happen. Even when they're streaming in 1080p, and we might be streaming 2160 in the living room or in my office, there's still enough speed for everyone.
That's great.
Costs about $65 a month.
Jeez. That's less than I'm paying for my crappy Practical 6-ish connection. So that's like 2/3 of what I'm paying for my crappy connection.
I have heard people in America saying that outside of the big cities, the internet is pretty crap, and inside the cities where you can get good internet, it's extortionate.
Yeah, it's much more expensive, and well, even around here, even a medium, the smaller city, you can get 50 plus for a not horrible price, but which it would be if I could get 50 here, I'd be all set. I mean, by comparison to what I've been dealing with, but you get outside a smaller, even a medium to smaller size town, and it's just garbage. It's not good. And it depends on what you're doing too, though. You know, if you're somebody that's still just doing email and web browsing, anything is going to work. But as soon as you start streaming, or you do multiple people streaming or anything like that, I actually, a few months ago, I had as you know, I do my business. My primary business is tech support and doing network design and cabling and all that fun stuff and repairs. But I had a place over in Oklahoma City that they had gotten a new 1 gig connection in over fiber straight to the building, and it was only testing out at around 700-800 meg, and that was not sufficient. They were very upset that they weren't getting the gig they were paying for.
Yeah.
And I was just...
That would annoy me, even if I never actually needed the gig.
Well, 10 to 20% is a normal to get, or 80, to get 80-90% of whatever the max is in general doing very well. So they were pretty close to pretty much getting that what is accepted normally as a close enough to what your max is. But also, this was just a relatively small, medium-sized retail store. That's it. That's all it was. And they weren't running their own web servers, for an online store. They weren't. They didn't have like corporate offices in the building or anything like that. This was literally just a small retail store, clothing store.
Yeah.
There is nothing that they could possibly do in that store for their current business model and all that would even come close to using 10% of what they were getting.
Yeah.
That's the reason I would say that I went in and I worked on it, and we got them fixed up a little bit. They had some bottlenecks, but if even at 100 or a 200 meg connection, they would have been able to do everything they could possibly do. They only had 3 or 4 they had like 2 or 3 registers and 1 or 2 other computers in the whole building.
Yeah.
They anyway. Okay. So yes, we've kibitzed. We've attempted to give our fellow players a few minutes to come in. I'm sure they'll be here eventually anyway, but they're not yet. So
yeah, Vex has just come online.
Oh, he just came in. Okay. Well, cool. Yep. Well, I see him typing anyway. Yeah. So yeah, let's go ahead and do a little bit of. Okay. Yeah. So Vex is coming in. So let's see if we can do a little bit. If we can do it quick, we'll do a little bit of time playing around and get you your shrink visit, or at least get you started, maybe, you know, something like that. Or figure it out. Figure out what we're gonna do. I'm not a psychiatrist, psychologist, or anything like that, so I'm probably not going to try to role play that unless you just, you know, feel the need. But
No.
but we can figure out how we're going to play it out, how we're going to do it. What is it you're looking? What are your thoughts? What do you want to do?
Basically, I'm hoping that visiting the shrink will help get some humanity back.
Okay. Have you looked up? Which I'm going to pull it up as we're talking here, so that I can
no.
Have you looked anything up on this?
No, I meant to, but
Okay.
forgot.
No problem. I think. Oh, come on. I think I've got. If I can get the thing to load. Oh, wow! Look at that. Apparently, that's what something similar is what I was looking at fairly recently. Because when the file came up, first thing that came up was cyberpsychosis. Let me scan through here real fast. I believe there's some rules we can use real quick on therapy. Yeah, basically, I'm gonna be talking about it as I'm scanning through it. So, you got outpatient options, and basically, as far as in-game goes, I'm going to assume you'll have been doing online research through your. You know, it can be at a data term somewhere, or it can be your terminal in your condo, or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, you've been doing some research on it and stuff, and this is what you'll find out.
Also, I'm thinking, as I'm doing regular work for Channel 23,
Mm-hmm.
they're bound to have some show on there about, implants, humanity, therapy. So,
Well, there's some
yeah.
talk shows, some Dr. Phil type shows for Borgs. Yeah.
Yeah. Also,
Which
the
may not be helpful, but you know.
yeah, the card I got was a recommendation from Doc Ock, so
For a
I'll trust that
therapist.
he's recommending someone who was good.
Right. All right. There's that.
Also, not knowing about therapy myself, in character, I'm likely to judge him on how few times he references wanting to shag my mother.
Or that you wanted to.
Yeah, it's
Right.
if there's a therapist who keeps bringing up that Freudian thing.
Right.
Then I'm going to decide to go to someone else.
Okay. So, outpatient, inpatient, and ICT, which is, I believe, the Scandinavian thing, is basically the types. And this is talking about for when you get cyberware, not afterward, not after you've already got it. So that doesn't help me very much. Sorry?
So would that be therapy before you have it implanted, and then when you have it implanted, it has less of an effect?
Thank you. I'm sorry, Stringer, I missed what you said there. Pardon me.
So is that therapy that you have before getting the implant, and then
Right.
when you get the implant, it has less of an effect?
Exactly. What I just found is exactly that. It's you get this therapy as part of, and the times are all based on the surgery code of whatever you're getting. It's going to be brain dance. It's going to be regular therapy sessions. It's going to be stuff of, making sure you're comfortable with and why you're doing this, and getting your mind in the right place before you actually get the surgery. That kind of stuff. That's what I'm looking at right now. I thought there was some stuff on, though after, I'm certain there's some after the fact therapy stuff you can do.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain there has to be, because these days we have that kind of thing for people who
Right.
have amputations.
Right.
How to cope with this.
Just looking for some rules on it. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Vex, you're good to jump in anytime you want. We were just kind of doing some things and convincing, waiting for you and Marcellus to jump in. And hopefully Impulse will be here too.
Yeah, I was just listening because I was watching your cyberpsychosis video this morning,
Ah.
actually. So
Okay.
it was a good reminder, and I was thinking about it myself because I mean I'm at 5 humanity, so I'm not
Not bad yet. Yeah.
desperate for anything. But once I get to like 3 or something, I'm definitely gonna have to think about pulling out Doc Ock's card because I think all 3 of us got one, right?
I think one. Yes, either you did, or it wouldn't be hard to get one.
Yeah, or you could copy the
You
number
know.
down off mine.
Or just
Yeah,
easy enough.
yeah, whatever. Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's important to avoid being, sometime in the future having the RoboCop interview, where I'm RoboCop.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and you get into a 3, and you're just one major injury away from losing it. You know, something happens in the field, and you got to have a major replacement or something, and you're screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I definitely do want a cyber arm, and down the road, I'm not like gonna jump on it, or go out of my way to get it. I figure I'm gonna get it organically through the story.
Right.
But when I do, I definitely don't want to worry about cyberpsychosis. Because living in a fantasy world sounds funny until it's not.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, like I was saying in the video, I could see some amazing role playing events come out of that, but
all of a sudden they start talking like they're in D&D or something. Like that would be hilarious.
Thank you. But yeah, I mean that character that I played, my character that I mentioned in that video, the character did not know he did it, but he'd actually stolen the tech in the group had this ridiculously crazy expensive spool of solder that he bought for this specific task that he's doing. It was just crazy expensive stuff. It was very specific for this particular high-tech thing he was working on, and my character stole it. Didn't unconsciously, because of the psychosis. He took it, he formed it into a little gingerbread man shape, and apparently his other personality or whatever was periodically placing it around the building. And so in the character that was actually aware, the part of the character that I was playing would periodically see it, and it would start talking to him, and he'd have conversations with it. It was hilarious. Yeah, it was great. It was so much fun.
And imagine seeing a character like that in 2077.
Oh yeah.
You see an NPC doing stuff like that. Oh man.
I'm trying to remember. I'll have to try and find the character sheet for him or something if I get that interested. But there's the page I was looking for. I'm trying to remember. I think before he actually completely lost it and just started to go on a rampage, and C-SWAT ended up taking him out. Well, C-SWAT was in the process of taking him out, but there was a med tech that was also part of the group, one of the other players. The med tech had seen it coming. And actually, I knew about it, but the character didn't. Had implanted a auto injector that was basically a super sedative, knock him out, whatever thing that she could do remotely. Because she knew just any time they were going to be on a mission or something, he was going to completely lose it. So she wanted to be prepared to just basically turn him off.
That's hilarious. Oh my god.
Yeah, so we had most of an evening of him rampaging, C-SWAT trying to take him down, and the medtech trying to get within range of her remote to stop it. Oh yeah, it was so much fun. Anyway. And if anybody was in that group sees this video, you need to message me, because I haven't talked to any of you in years. Anyway. Actually, there's one guy. There's one guy. I'm not sure if he was playing at that time, but he was in that group at different times that I've talked to recently. But anyway, I digress. Okay, so I'm going to spend another minute trying to find this, and if I don't find it, we might just need to move on. Sure.
Yep.
If I can find what I was looking for. If not, well, I can either just come up with something, which wouldn't be a bad thing either. But I'd like to go to at least base it on the book if I can. Yes, I know how humanity works. I know how empathy works. Now let me get into that's Cybo Squad stuff, or Psycho Squad stuff, C Squad, etc. Registration, therapy. Let's see if this talks about it here. Yep, if C Squad doesn't just take you out, you have the option. One of the options potentially in registration is getting your head shrunk, so to speak. Deactivate your equipment, blah blah blah, right? Your cyberware brain dance.
Yep.
Psycho shrinks is the term used in here. Brain dance, drugs, potentially depending how severe you are. With this, okay, this is just if the C-SWAT is able to capture you, they basically pretty much all of your cyberware is pulled, and then you go through therapy to try to recover from that. So that doesn't really help us either.
Nope.
Okay. So, there's one other thing I can try to use to figure this out then. I know I saw. So that's the surgery code stuff based. Okay. So I will just use this, and I'll come up. Okay, so I can use this as a base. What I just found. Okay, so, and I'm gonna roll just in case. Okay, so you do watch. Okay, so there are a Dr. Phil type show, reality show, and a couple of others that are basically Borgs and humans trying to interact, or Borgs and Borgs interacting, whatever. They come on a show and talk about whatever happened, and there's the same, who's the father, who's the mother, who killed my boyfriend, whatever type stuff that there is now, Aliens abducted my brain and stuck me in this robot body. I don't know how it happened. Kind of crap.
Yep.
So there is lots of that stuff, and some of it might be entertaining, but none of it's really helpful as far as real help. Bottom line, outpatient therapy. You can do outpatient, you can do inpatient. Outpatient therapy is $1,000 a week, 1,000 EB a week for 14 hours a week. That is going to see somebody 2 hours every day, spending 2 hours in the therapist. This is the intensive one. Every day going to see somebody for 2 hours. And if you do that, as long as I'm going to say, that's probably, let me see. As long as you continue to see him, let's see, what would be a reasonable 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna say you can regain after. I'm gonna make this kind of difficult, and we'll see what you think, and see how it plays out. What you guys think? But see him for at least 2 weeks, and then you can regain a die 6 humanity.
Yeah.
And you can regain another die 6 humanity. This is only as long as you continue to see him that this will take effect. This effect, if you stop seeing him for a week, the effect starts to go away, either gradually or abruptly, depending. But 2 weeks, and then you can regain a die 6, and another 2 weeks, another die 6, another 2 weeks, another up to 3 die 6 that you can gain back that way. And as long as you continue to see them, you retain those effects. And we can talk about if we re-roll every 2 weeks, we re-roll the die 6 or something. I hate to make it too complicated, but I don't want to make it too easy either, you know. So the other option on the other side, you can do an inpatient, which is 5,000 EB a week, but you get 2 die. I'm going to say you get 2 die 6 a week out of that back, and you can do that for up to 4 die 6, and it would be permanent. There you go. There's my ruling. Well, good or ill, there it is.
In which case, after I've finished with the editing and what have you on this one,
okay,
I might go in for a week. But also, we're moving house in February. And I'll let you know the details close to the date. But when we move house, there may be a few days before I get the new internet connected.
Right.
So if that happens, if that means I'm missing a game, then you can say I'm doing my week that week.
You're doing it. I'm sorry, and I may have missed what you said. You're thinking about doing the inpatient one, right?
Yeah, the inpatient one. If I am going to miss a game because of the house move,
then is a good time for it.
That'll be the week I do it.
Okay. Okay, very good.
Because with the other one, if I have to keep going and if I stop, it will come back. It's cheaper in the long run to do.
Oh yeah. It's just if we can work, especially if you're gonna have to miss a game like that, and we can just say that's what you're doing ahead of time.
Yeah.
But the big benefit of the other one is you don't lose any. Effectively you can just do it around playtime. You know, you can set schedules up and figure that out. So but
the next time I have something implanted, I will probably have the pre-implant therapy.
So when you just for and we'll do exact ruling stuff when it happens, because the options at the time you do it may vary depending on the situation. You have a similar outpatient, inpatient ahead of time options. Then you have the actually go to Sweden and go to a hospital there where you stay in the hospital for whatever period of time depending on the surgery code and stuff that you're doing, and it's very intensive, but you get a pretty significant reduction in the humanity cost for the piece of whatever you're getting.
I might end up doing that when I have several bits of work done at once.
The other things, which I'd have to read through it again to have it ready, but they talk about there's a waiting list to go. If you actually do the Sweden route, there's actually a waiting list. You can pay more to get bumped up on the waiting list, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
well, for something like that, I will try to get bumped up on the waiting list by doing, a documentary about the service and make them look really good. Why not exploit my position as a TV personality?
And when we get there, we can roll it, and you can roll some stuff for what you might do, and the overall reaction and all that fun shit.
Yeah.
See what happens. Yeah, but no, I'm, certainly you can try, and using your position is kind of the point. By the way, I'm using my my nod to corporate sponsored rockers. God.
Yeah.
But I had to have my double caffeine and MCT and stuff. Crazy coffee this morning.
One thing that does annoy me when you get people like rock stars doing things like that was when you get people, some of them who are, when they talk about politics are quite left wing and they're quite anti-corporate. Then they become rock stars who do a Pepsi advert. I'm of the attitude you can't be both.
Well, I absolutely the thing that gets me is the public figures, whether public service, politicians, or rock or actors or whatever, that come out and say guns are evil, weapons are evil, nobody should be able to carry guns, you can't do that. And they're walking around with three people, not necessarily men, but three people around them, three solos basically, with SMGs under their jackets, or whatever. I mean, yeah, look what you got walking around with you out here, but nobody else. See, you can have that, but nobody else can. Nobody else can protect themselves. But
Oh, my
anyway.
only my only personal opposition to gun ownership is, I'm ex-military. I've been trained. I'm responsible. But how many times is it when when you get killings and mass shootings where it's somebody with a serious mental condition?
Yeah.
I personally there was a thing that some states did a couple of years back where they did a thing by which if you've gone to the state and said, I have a serious mental problem, can I get welfare because of this?
Mm-hmm.
Then you're basically saying you should not be safe to own a gun. And I would totally support people with mental problems not being allowed to have guns. But ordinary law-abiding citizens, yeah,
absolutely.
But I'm also in favor of having mandatory minimums for crimes involving weapons. If you commit a crime using a gun, whether you fire it or not, it adds 10 years. If you discharge it, it adds 15. If you hurt someone, it's life. If you kill someone, it's death. No ifs, no buts. You know what's going to happen when you pick up that gun to commit a crime.
I would definitely agree about increased penalties. Before I said I would have to think about exactly those numbers, but yeah, no, I agree. And it that committing a crime with a firearm should carry a much heavier penalty. Absolutely. But what pisses me off in the States is the tendency to punish all of the people following the rules for the acts of people that don't follow the rules. That's what just kind of gnaws on me, Yeah. They keep him. Some states and some places keep him implementing new gun laws. That all they do, people are going to break the law with a gun, are going to continue to break the law with the gun. All those gun laws are going to do is hurt or lessen the ability of the people following the rules to exercise their rights and stuff. It's
people make some really
bugs me
specious arguments, I find.
Yeah.
One argument I will see is that turns up is people say you look at the crimes in my state and they'll say people who've applied for a concealed carry permit they commit less than 1% of the gun crimes. Yeah, well, of course, people who apply for a permit are law-abiding people.
It's a very tiny, the people that actually have gone through the process to be able to get a carry permit or any of that stuff, it's a tiny, tiny, tiny fraction of them, those people that actually do anything wrong with a firearm. Those aren't the people. That's what we say. I actually worked for a company that did training for handgun training and concealed carry training for the state of Oklahoma and some other stuff. And one of the things you have to do in Oklahoma, you have to present your license, your permit immediately. If an officer of law enforcement asks you for identification, you have to say, "Here's my ID. Here's my thing. I have this. I am or am not carrying today." It's like what you say right up front. But one of the things we always used to say, and most officers will say the same thing, when they see that you have that and you've told them that, they can relax because they know you've gone through training. They know you've gone through background check and all that other stuff. And the chances that you're going to be a bad guy today are just almost zero.
I mean,
You
I've
know?
always worked on the policy of if I was in America
But-
and I was legally carrying a gun under my jacket, if an officer asked me for ID and the ID is in an inside pocket of the jacket, I would say to him, I'm carrying a pistol here, and point without reaching
Well-
for it, and then lift the jacket open so he can see it, and then see me reaching for the ID and clearly not going for the gun.
The way we always train that kind of thing is if you have that kind of situation is the first thing, and we should get back into playing Cyberpunk at some point, but
Yep.
the first comment is you never say I'm carrying a gun or anything remotely like that, because that actually is a trigger phrase or whatever for the officer that can put them into a much higher alert. That's their training. If somebody tells you I got a gun, that affects how they react to you. But that's why you say, I have a whatever license, permit, whatever it is. You don't move your hands. You don't do anything like that. You just verbally let them know, I have this. This is where it is. This is where my weapon is. What do you want me to do? And then they'll instruct. Depends on the officer. Depends on the situation. How they might want you to handle it. If you're getting pulled over and you can get your wallet out, your whatever, before the officer comes up to the vehicle, that's a little bit different story. You can already have that stuff out. But, but Oklahoma actually has concealed carry, but we also have open carry with the license. And
That's one thing that does actually bug me. I don't believe anyone should need a license for open carry because of the Second Amendment.
And I tend to agree with you. And absolutely, there's a couple of states that do have that. And it's proven, if there's somebody walking around, somebody that's done all the stuff they're supposed to do and has a weapon openly visible like that, the statistics are, there's been interviews, there's been studies with the bad guys that have committed crimes. If they walk into a place and they see 2 or 3 people or even one person in that place with openly carrying a firearm, they're not going to try to rob the place. They're going to go to the place next door that doesn't have that. That's one of the things we used to say in training. In general, bad guys don't want to get shot any more than you want to have to shoot them. So they're going to, if they know you've got a weapon, if they can see it, they're less likely to start anything. If you inform them you have a weapon, they're more likely to just back down and go do something else. All that stuff. Yeah.
Of course, the exception to that rule is the people with some mental defect.
Exactly, which is the other thing we used to say. Somebody would have to be, what we used to say at the gun store I used to work at, what we said is, somebody, and all the employees walked around carrying firearms all the time. And some customers had the right, we passed, I said, yes, you are okay to go ahead and carry in here. And we had law enforcement in there all, frequently and stuff like that. And that was one of the things we used to say, though, is, somebody would have to be crazy to come in here and try to rob us. But it's happened a couple of times.
Yeah.
Somebody would have to be on something or have mental issues of some sort to walk into a store. There's 5 people standing around all with guns on their hips or shoulder holster or whatever, all visible. They walk in and pull a gun out and go, give me your money. What the hell are you thinking? But it happened, but again, anyway.
Yeah, it happens.
It happens. The other side of that, I've actually been, one time in particular, I know it's happened a few times, but one time in particular, I won't forget. I was actually walking around a big box retail chain, and I had open carry, and a woman was in there with a couple of her kids, and she actually came up and thanked me, and actually said she appreciated that she didn't feel with her kids with her and stuff, she didn't feel comfortable doing it, but she really appreciated that I did, and it actually made that she felt more comfortable being in the store, knowing that there was somebody else in the store that was willing to take that responsibility or to help with it. So yeah, anyway, Okay, so there's our diatribe or discussion on firearms and how we all feel.
Yeah.
So that's what we're gonna do on shrink stuff. And yeah, whoever, if somebody wants to get something, I will say if you guys if you want to look into it at some point, there might be there should be. I would think, I don't see anything in here about what I've been scanning over, but there should be some brain dance options too, I would think. And maybe that, that inpatient, or not inpatient, that outpatient one I just mentioned, the 2 weeks thing, might just include some of that time might be in front of a doc, some of it might be brain dance, conditioning and stuff like that too. But anyway, let's see. Who is here now? Has anything? Okay, so no, it's just still the three of us. Okay. Well, I was going to listen to the last few minutes of the last session to see where everything was, but I didn't. So, last session, as I recall, there was a smoke had cleared. Tell me guys if I'm missing any. Oh, actually I did. I'm sorry. Let me say one more thing I wanted to go over real quick, because there was some question on this. That's okay. Actually, I apologize. I'll cover that a little bit later. We'll see. Anyway, there was some after game questions on some things, and I'll just go over that a little bit. Anyway, Stringer was still at his place recording stuff. Bullet was up on the roof over here. Get on the right screen. Bullet was up on the roof here. Stringer, you were still over there. We still had some guys on the roof, right? The hole had gotten better. We'd taken out Marcellus, had taken out several people. Marcellus and sorry, Mirage. We're down below. Bullet's on the roof. Was anybody else on the roof but Bullet at that point then, besides bad guys? Vex, you were on the roof across on the condo building, right?
Yeah, across by our condo building. I was on the roof sniping, and
Almost got sniped.
Yeah, had just shot through the barrier, and I rolled out of the way.
Right. Okay, so did you end up taking any injury from that?
I took a light nick on the arm, and I put the one little injury thing just because I wasn't sure what we'd agreed on that yet.
Okay. I don't remember the numbers and stuff, but basically, if it gets through your armor but is reduced to 0 by your BTM, then you still take 1 point.
All right.
Okay.
I don't know if it had gone through the synth skin armor, just because I had gotten that recently.
Okay.
That's the.
I don't remember the numbers well enough to. Go ahead.
Jack. No, I was gonna say I know it would have gone through the light flak jacket. Otherwise. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna say you're good. Since without going back and double checking what the rolls were and stuff, we'll just take 1 point. Not that it shouldn't be that big a deal for it. Well, depending on what other injuries might happen. Yeah, you got 1 point, but basically the way it works, if it gets through clothing armor, exterior or whatever you want to call it, and hits your skin weave or whatever, if it hits, let me think. If it hits, oh shoot! Now I'm saying that. I think if it doesn't get through skin weave, then you don't necessarily take a point. But then it depends. Then I usually play it as it depends on how close it was. If you might take a point for bruising or something like that, or stuff, But technically, I believe the core rules were if it doesn't get through all of your armor, and the BTM is what brings it down to 0, then you still take a minimum 1. If it doesn't get through your skin weave, well, you may hit your skin weave. I think you got a drink you take that you can buy to repair your skin weave, a nanite type
Mm.
thing that will repair skin weave. So your skin weave, I believe, just like other armor, if it gets through your other armor, that piece of armor is reduced by 1 point in effectiveness.
Right.
And I think your skin weave does the same thing, and then you can buy the drink that repairs the skin weave.
Yeah, this seemed
So
it was more of a graze, so I wasn't terribly worried about the skin weave.
okay, no, I think if you're good with that, we're good with that. We'll go on from there on that part. But
I think if it doesn't go through the skin weave, it should be something that bleeds, but doesn't count as a point of injury. But basically, it's like cuts and bruises that you get in normal everyday life. You might need to put a dressing or something on them, but it's not debilitating in any way.
it's not
Yeah,
right. It's not necessarily so severe that it's gonna cause you affect that a full point. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Then I don't know if I can get rid of that 1 point. How do I do
You don't know. I'm sorry.
I'm just trying to figure out how to get rid of the point.
How to do it?
Oh, wow. I just had to hit uninjured. Ridiculous. Okay. Never mind.
Okay, there you go. There should be a way. We'd have to look at pull it up here. There should be a way to just take off. Because if you heal like 3 points or something, you should be able to just heal the 3 points. I'm messing with you here real quick.
I'm sure that is going to be easy, but I only give myself 1 point, so I'd go back to uninjured. I don't think. I think I was just being foolish with clicking on it.
I thought you could do on off, but apparently no. Apparently you'd have to hit uninjured and then add it back in whatever you're. Yeah, like you say. So, okay. Well, there you go. Okay.
Cool.
I really need to get in and just build my own damn sheet, because there's just the sheet that we're using on Roll20 is great, and I certainly appreciate the person. I don't apologize. To the person. I can't give him credit because I don't know their name. But anyway, whoever made this sheet did a great job. It's cool, but there are some things that I would like to improve on, and it's one of these days I need to do that. But anyway.
One thing I would really love on this is on the skills page is a button you can press where it will temporarily hide every skill that's at 0.
Yes, that is one of the things I'd like to do. It only shows skills you actually have points in. Would be really nice. Yeah.
Press a button to get them back, so if you make an unskilled roll, you know whether it's a reflex or an intelligence skill.
Or even sorting by, or even maybe something to sort, and so that under reflexes the skills you have points in show up first, and then all the others are below it maybe.
Or different color.
Another way.
Different color would be.
Yeah.
Right.
That would be
something to make it easier to find those ones quickly. Yes. That would all be good ideas. Okay. So that's where we are on that. That's where you are. Again, Stringer, you were filming.
Yeah.
Marcellus,
now, the main combat on the roof has died down. I plan to run down the stairs. I'll on the phone, I'll tell the guy at Channel 23, I'm going to run in for close-ups if you want to go for commercial.
Okay.
Then I want to run down the stairs, run across, get up there.
So they will go to do a commercial or 2 or 3. Let's see, they're going to do that. Bullet is still on the roof, and he was still involved in combat, but he is the only one of the group, PCs, NPCs. He's the only one of the group that's still on the roof, on top. So Mirage and Marcellus are completely out of sight of you guys at the moment. Yeah, Vex. So yes. You're doing that. So basically, it's just the bad guys and you, Vex. What do you plan to do next at this point? Just trying to decide if I need to continue to roll initiative at this point, or what we want to do.
Let's see. At this point, having rolled out of cover, rolled out of line of sight.
Right.
They have thermal optics. I think he figured that out from how they shot through cover at him. I don't know. I'm thinking that he would run inside and go back down to the 4th level, but I think he would definitely keep the rifle on him and try and snipe with bullet on the roof. So I'm a Vex scrambles back towards the stairs and is going to head down to the 4th floor.
Okay. You're going to head down to where the broken window, or are you going to continue to head down?
No, to the broken window that bullet jumped out of.
Make sure I understood that. Well, okay, give me one moment while you guys are doing that. Sorry, I've got to pull this up. I didn't have this logged in. Apparently it's been too long or whatever. Apologize, give me one moment. Okay, so the person that put the comment over on the Twitch, if you're still there on the Twitch chat, this is your one and only warning. We're not gonna get into crap like that on this channel. So there you go. Okay, unless you are saying something completely different than what it appears you said, don't eat it. You're gonna get banned if you do anything else. Okay. I've said that. I'm moving on. Okay. So you guys are going to go down there. Pause this, and I'm just getting over here. Okay. Stringer, so where do you are going downstairs, are you going to try to go into the other building, or are you going to try to climb up the side like the other guys did? Or
I'm going to go in the building and up the stairs.
You're going to find the staircase? Okay. So that'll
there should be roof access, because guys are going to need to go up to the air conditioning things and stuff.
Well, this is an abandoned building.
Yeah.
Remember, this is an abandoned building. Transients have been living in it. Who knows what's been going on in it? It's dilapidated. Yeah. It is falling down in places.
But before it became abandoned, there would be roof access for repairs and stuff.
There definitely would have been. Come on, find the right window here. Oh, I know what I did. Sorry, guys, one moment. Anyway, yes, there definitely would have been roof access. The question is if it is currently still accessible and usable and all that stuff, which we'll find out in a moment. I'm going to make a roll or two here. Okay. So you get over to the building. There are broken, boarded up windows. Some are boarded up more than others. There is the main entrance was boarded up, but it's not hard to figure out that there's been a makeshift, like a construction site kind of door been put in that at a glance looks like it's boarded up still, but it's not hard to figure out how to move the stuff a little bit to be able to get in and out.
Yeah.
So you can go through that. I'm gonna say I need an awareness notice for you to find, because there's no lights on the inside. There's no lighted sign, exit here, stairwell. So let's do an awareness notice for you to find the staircase.
Yep.
Okay.
Trying to remember where that awareness notice is.
Yep.
Yep, there. Oh, they've changed the thing so I can't see. Looks like 14. But now I've got to hold...
Oh, the background.
No, it's 19. I don't know what's happened. I've now got to hold my cursor over it so I can see what the end result is.
Either. I'm not sure what's going on with the background on that.
But the roll is 19.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. But okay, go ahead.
I will turn my low lights on if it's obviously dark.
Okay, that would give you a +2, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, no,
i.e.,
image enhancement is a +2. In this case, I'm going to say you get a +2, gives you 21. which is a good thing because 20 was your target. You can find the stairs, and you can start making your way up. Lots of trash, lots of just stuff. Some parts of the stairs are actually broken, and you have to make your way over bad steps, that kind of stuff. Back at my rolls. If you could do athletics check for me. That first roll was actually condition of the stairs roll. So,
Yep.
the first roll I did.
Oh, that's crap. 9.
Okay.
It hasn't added a stat.
So
It's only done straightforward. It's only done just a dice roll. I don't know
Okay.
if that's the correct mechanics.
you don't have it's unskilled. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Unskilled and you fumbled. Okay. So
I didn't fumble. I rolled a 9.
This says you rolled a 1.
Well, I'm looking at it and it says 9.
I'm sorry. I see what you're saying. Your fumble. Okay, so you've got two numbers, at least from what I can see. Okay, you have a total, which is an 8, but it's a 1. You rolled a 1 plus your stat of a 7. The second roll, the fumble roll, because you fumbled, it made a fumble roll. Your fumble roll is a 9.
Right, I get it. It's just bloody hard to see.
Yes, exactly. Exactly the problem. I don't know what the deal is, why the background has changed on these rolls, but that's, yeah. Can you see where there's a total and then there's a fumble?
Yeah, I can now. I
now
can
that
now.
I've
You
said
tell
that.
me, and I know to look for it.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so you did fumble, but you rolled a 9, which actually is to your benefit for the fumble. And your plan was to go all the way to the roof, is that right?
Yep.
Okay, so with your fumble roll, as you get to the top, what size section? 10 divided by 2. A 3 meter, no, that would be too much. 3 foot, 1 meter section of the stairs collapses under you as you're getting up there. Go ahead and do another, rather than just automatically, you rolled a 9 in your fumble, I will give you one more athletics roll to see if you can keep yourself from falling through. Okay.
15.
More than that. 15 will do it. Okay, so yeah, as you're going up the stairs, my 3 roll was that the stairs were in bad condition. You fumbled it, so yes, you stepped on a weak spot. A 1 meter section of the stairs, several steps kind of fell away underneath you. You damn near fell plunging down, however far. It's dark down there, you don't know. But you caught yourself, pulled yourself up. You are about to, let me see, that is right. You're going to be coming out. Oops, help if I clicked on the right window. Let me mark it real quick where you're going to be coming out for you. Purple. The stairwell door is right there.
Yep.
So this box was the elevators, elevator system that runs through the whole building. Which it's good that you didn't try the elevators, and that is where the emergency stairwell, whatever, comes out right there. Okay, so you in a moment that's where you'll be exiting after you're almost plunging down again. Who knows how far? It could be half a story. It could be the whole building to the basement. Who knows? Well, it could have been fun to find out.
Yep.
All right, Mr. Vex, what's your plan? You said you were running down to the 4th floor where the broken window is that bullet went through.
Yep.
What's your plan when you get there?
From there, I'm basically gonna take out the rifle, the Nomad 44. Now, the building is 3-story that the fight on the rooftop is taking place, right?
It is 3 stories, and then the roof. There's 3 interior stories, and then the roof. Yes, if that is what you're asking. Yeah.
So, am I still looking down on them slightly? That's my question.
So I understand what you're saying. So let me Not having it. You're going to be assuming that the stories of each building are similar height. You're going to be just barely above them. So things on the far side of the roof are going to be more likely to be blocked by whatever obstructions are on the roof.
Right.
Stuff that are more toward your end of the roof are going to be easier to view, easier to shoot at and stuff. If that makes, I think that.
No, absolutely. So, is there still this guy on the corner? I believe he had an assault rifle.
Let's see, I think it was this.
This guy?
Sorry. The top left? Is that what you hit?
Yep.
Okay, because I think I hit it at the same time you did. And for the stream, I will be back in just a moment. I had to close my camera for a second. But as far as the video goes. So I'm trying to remember. I think it was actually... this dude has the assault rifle. It was this guy and this guy that had the sniper rifles. And
right.
Yeah, I believe that's correct. And therefore, I think it was this dude that actually took the shot at you.
Yeah, I think that was him as well. So I'm gonna take a shot at the closest guy, the one with the assault rifle.
All right, go for it.
Oh wait, that was just rifle. That wasn't my actual weapon. I'm sorry.
They're the same for all of us. If the things on the skill rolls can be changed, it's got to be at GM level because I've looked all the way through the stuff that I can modify.
Sorry about that. What was it need to be changed? Or I'm just part of it.
Oh no, I just was saying that I accidentally rolled the rifle instead of going to the weapons tab, but I worked it around. Oh yeah, this is a weird.
I was saying that if there's nothing on the cog that I can use to change the way the rolls come up, and as they're coming up the same for Vex, then if they can be changed,
in the
it's going
background,
to be something the background on the rolls. It's going to be something the GM has to do. That's if you can.
Let me check. There was something actually. I saw something come through. Let me take a quick look and see if I still have it.
Yeah, it seems like it's that there's an empty background picture is what they want.
Okay, this is what they're talking. This is what it was talking about. It's a bug. Where did I see it? This was actually... Okay, it was in the Cyberpunk 2020 Reddit, subreddit. That somebody reported this problem, and they've already submitted something to try and fix it. A temporary fix. Well, if you're a pro-level subscriber, which I am not.
Oh,
I don't
of
know
course.
if you guys are.
Yep.
If you're a pro-level subscriber, apparently you can change that background as you want, and that would be the fix. But if you're not, then you're SOL until they fix it.
Yep.
Surprise, surprise.
And from the looks of it, whatever image or whatever they're using for a background is no longer there, no longer reachable. And so it's showing a couldn't load an image type image instead, which is a pain in the ass to try and read our rolls. So, okay, so you fired your lever action rifle again. Your attack roll was an 18, etc. Okay. I've just got to look close. Luckily, the 18 is right on that black line. At least that's somewhat readable. Actually, on the red, it's not bad either. It's the white text on the white background that's a pain in the ass to read.
Yeah, that really is.
Okay, so he's going to roll a dodge. You missed it.
Yes, I did. Well, I guess I can do a second shot because it's the lever action, right?
Mm-hmm. You can.
Then I will do that.
Well, you can do a second shot because the weapon has a rate of fire of 2. Right.
Right, but I mean, it has a rate of fire too because it's a lever action. So whatever. I meant what I meant.
I understand what you're saying. Yes, it's semantics. It's all semantics when we talk about it.
No, it's tabletop. I get it. It's all semantics.
No, it's cool. It's cool. No, you're good. Go ahead.
You know what? I'm gonna throw 1 point of luck in because I want this headshot. Damn it.
Oh, you're doing a headshot, so you're taking your negatives for the called shot?
Yeah. You know what? I'll do that. Why not?
Okay.
Now, do I do a targeted roll in the modifier, or
No,
how do I
just do your normal shot? But let me think. If you do call shot -3, so when it pops up the modifier box, put -3 in there.
-3? And then I was gonna do 1 luck, so that would be -2.
Correct. Excuse me. Correct. Pardon me.
All right.
Hopefully my chewing is not coming through. Sorry, guys.
Don't forget the minus for the second action in the turn.
His weapon is a rate of fire 2, so he gets a second trigger pull with that.
Yeah. Ah.
Yep. Because of the rate of fire of the weapon.
It's
I
all right.
remember that.
Well,
'Cause
see, like if you get a 3-round burst, it depends on the weapon. The way I look at it is it does depend on the weapon. Some have like a 3-round burst. Some have a rate of fire 2, which means you get 2 shots with 1 action.
Yep.
Oh, anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
All right, so I got a 16 for the attack, 13 for the damage, 8 for the hit location.
16 for the attack.
Yeah, let's see what we do.
Well, unfortunately, I'm considering this guy's reflexes and dodge skill.
Yeah, no chance.
Well, unless he rolls a 1. See, there's always a chance in this. See, that's kind of part of what I like about doing the natural 10, natural 1, automatic success, automatic failure thing. There is always a chance.
Yes, I do like that.
You know, there's always a chance. What is his name? The dude from Mythbusters used to say, failure is always an option.
Yes,
but
it is.
Equally so, success is always an option. Even if you're rolling something that is nearly or pretty much impossible for you to accomplish, there's still a chance that it could happen.
I do love that about science. No absolutes.
Let's see. All right, so we're going to do another die 10, see how bad his fumble was. That's pretty bad. Okay. So, this dude, what are we talking about? We're talking about the sniper over here in this corner. So this guy he was shooting at you. He's the one that, was the other guy taunted you some, the guy that went down in the hole. This guy spotted you. That nasty round that went right through the side of the building at you. He's been watching you. He's doing his scan, but when he fired at you, because the last round is when he shot at you, he's still looking right at you. But that smoke, that smoke was rolling over from the smoke grenades, was rolling over the building. At some point, right after he took his shot, he's watching you through the scope, and that's a big puff that just the last vestige of the smoke comes rolling across his position, and he takes his head away from the scope, pops the visor up on his armored helmet, and is staring right at you when you take your second shot. And you pop him right through the visor.
Lucky shot. I like it.
You added your luck, and he fumbled. The only thing that would have been better there would be if you rolled a 10 and he fumbled.
Yes.
All right, so.
All right. Finally,
the hit location we're set. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was saying finally I killed someone. Let's do this.
Probably. So you did 13 points. Let's see, 13. Let's see. These guys have some minors. I'd already said they have minor, or I don't know if I said it, but they have. Excuse me. They do have skin weave, which
Yeah, they were shrugged.
Technically counts there.
That makes sense.
He does have BTM. Let's see. Leaves 4, doubles to 8 because it's a headshot. Now 8. Sheet right here. Free character sheet at shop.punkgenerator.com, by the way. All right. Anyway. No, it really. I don't know. Let's see. Let me look at this real quick, and then I got a question for everybody. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 puts him all the way into serious. He does drop down a level, so he's got to roll his stun check with a -1. So let's see. First, I'm gonna roll this. Okay, and then I'm gonna roll a stun check. -1. So instead I'm gonna roll under. So he failed this right on it, but he failed the stun check. Is what that comes down to. Okay.
Right.
So what you see. Let's see. He is standing right, or not standing, but prone right at the corner, right near the corner of the building. So just for, I'm going to do a high-low, and I give you involved. So you're involved. Do you want his rifle high? The rifle can go over the side, or the rifle stays on the roof. Which way direction do you want to go? I'm going to roll 50-50.
Stay on the roof.
Stay on the roof. Okay, so high, the rifle stays on the roof. The rifle goes over the side. And we're gonna do it one more time for the bad guy.
All right.
So you want high or low? He goes over the side.
Low, he goes over the side.
Low, he goes over the side. He stays on the. So he's right up at the corner, hanging over the side a little bit because he's been, part of his position was to scan the street level and the other buildings and stuff all at the same time. He gets hit. Bullet goes through his. You can see that the bullet hit him in the head, but you don't know. You can't see how serious from your location.
Mm-hmm.
You do see rifle goes over the side. Dude stays on the roof and apparently falls over unconscious.
All
That's
right.
what happened to him. Okay.
Well, Vex is gonna give. Ooh.
Go ahead. What you got? What you got?
Gonna celebrate. He's gonna give a little cocky.
Yeah. As far as you know, there's nobody around to hear that, to see it or hear it.
Oh.
And
Oh no.
Actually, as you do that, this is kind of a side note. That was the end of your action, or your round, your whatever. But real quick, as a side note, as you do that, you do hear a little bit of a noise behind you. You can turn to glance. This won't affect your next action or current actions or anything, but you turn to glance behind you. There is a person standing there. You do kind of recognize him from being somebody that, as far as you know, lives in the building. Because you guys aren't. This group is not the only people that live in the building. There are lots of other condos in the building. Lots of other people come and go periodically and stuff. So you kind of recognize them. You think that somebody that lives in the building. But they're standing a few feet behind you, standing kind of somewhat rigid, and they're just standing there. They're just observing. That's it. They're just there. If you want to do a human perception, I will allow that roll and maybe give you more info. If you don't want to,
yeah.
cool.
No, I didn't know if I could do that now or next. Next.
I'll go ahead. This is a. Without giving anything away, this is a plot point thing. So yeah, go for it. Alright, so what is... Come on, mouse, get over there. 8, 9, 10, 11, so it's a 16. Okay. So you had 2 target numbers for different amounts of information. So yes, as I said, they're kind of stiff. They're kind of... they don't seem to be... I'm trying to think of a good way to describe it. They look not quite... they don't look like a Borg or robot per se, but they don't have that natural or common, somebody just standing still isn't really standing still. They're going to be moving a little bit. They might be moving in, might be shifting their weight from one leg to another or something, moving their head around a little bit as they're trying to see through the window. None of that stuff.
It's Hannibal Lecter.
You don't see any of that.
When Jodie Foster goes to visit him in that cell, when he's standing there, he is absolutely still.
Yep. Doesn't even blink.
Doesn't even blink. It's that... Okay, so yes, that kind... Maybe the cause, who knows, but he's not moving, none of that stuff. The one other thing at the 15 you'll notice... this is kind of let me think. You're a nomad. I'm gonna say that you might be familiar with it. Actually, do you have a mastoid mic or something like that?
Mike, no.
You don't?
No,
okay.
I just...
Okay. I'm going to call it and say you're familiar with this, that you're rolled sufficiently to notice. You'll see their throat moving a little bit, but their mouth is just sort of moving, but they're not actually talking out loud. And basically, they're sub-vocalizing. Right. Yes. Okay. So there you go. That's all that. That's your turn. Stringer, I told you about the roof. You were just making around to the roof. Bad guys go.
Yep.
Bad guys and bullet, actually. We'll go real quick. So bottom left corner. This dude's out of action for the moment. This guy's going to take a shot at Vex. If he's going to try to. If he feels like he doesn't have the fancy scope and stuff that the sniper does, so we'll see. He may try to take a shot at Vex. I'll roll for that in a second. Holding position. He's going to shoot a bullet. Yeah, because they've got line of sight there. So he's going to shoot a bullet. Bullet's going to shoot back, probably. This dude's going to shoot a bullet. Bullet will shoot back, maybe, depending on actions available. And I'm just going to do some... So, first thing I'm going to do is a... Vex, roll your dodge and escape, please.
Will do. Oh, good. Not unskilled. That's all I wanted.
No, you got to have dodge and escape. I know you do. Is that what
Yep.
you're... Okay. It's not...
No, I was just... That was going to be an unskilled roll.
Oh, you thought it was. I was like, no. Okay. Well, you fumbled. Which is kind of humorous. Alright. Okay. So you'd rolled over to avoid the other guy's shots. You got hit. You got scraped up a bit. You rolled back into line of sight so you could take your shot at the sniper and had that fun. As you get back into your line of sight, you take your second shot and hit the sniper, and all that happened.
Yeah, then you stand up, shout, "Look at me," and wave your arms.
To get that second shot on the sniper, you had to kind of either on your elbows or at the edge of the building again or something. You had to raise up some to be able to get your line of sight, and your first shot didn't make it. It was wide, so you knew you had to do something, so you kind of had to change position a bit, which unfortunately made you more vulnerable to attack. Okay. So let's see, you get hit. It's gonna have to be upper body. 7's not gonna you're not gonna get hit in the leg. Torso, I think that would be better. That'd be right arm. Right arm works. You get hit in the right arm. These were 5 dice. Actually, that was at the sniper rifle.
Alright, my right arm has
I'm trying to
26 armor.
I'm trying to remember. I think that the rifles these guys were using were 5 dice 6. Let me see if I can double check that. Give me a moment. They were using the bullpup. Yeah, 5 dice 6. Okay. Oh, actually, I've got 3 kinds of ammo. I'm gonna say there are 3 kinds of ammo this guy could be using. The best for you is a high roll. Okay, good. So he's just using regular ball ammo. He could have been using AP. He could have been using API.
Ooh.
Lucky for you, he was just using regular ball ammo. But he rolled high.
Yep.
So how much armor do you have, though? You said
26.
You got
20,
yep. Okay, so if you got 26 on your arm, actually that's a pretty damn good impact on your arm, but it does not penetrate your armor. So there you go.
I do a John Woo flyback.
Oh, if you want to.
Oh wait, here we can roll the reactions, right?
As you want.
Let's do it.
What do you you have a table? You have something you're rolling on, or yeah, there's a reaction.
No.
What? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say I've never done the roll your reactions. I was kind of curious.
Okay, I don't have the table right at hand though.
Oh, all right, then never mind.
Okay.
I'll keep an eye for it.
I need to do that. That's one of the things that's on my list. Is I'm gonna actually make a up to date with my because I got some custom stuff I've already done. Screen stuff, but I haven't done that yet. Okay, so yeah, you get hit in the arm. It's a solid hit. It knocks you sideways as you get hit and all that a little bit, but not enough to affect your next action. Doesn't penetrate, so you don't get any points of injury from that. Okay, so there you go.
All right.
That's that dude. Oh, actually. Let's see. Actually, these guys were doing. These are what I didn't roll for. Excuse me. I forgot. These are guys are going auto. That's okay. We'll just call it that. We're just going to go on from that. Okay. Anyway, I'm not going to roll it all out. I'm just going to do a couple of rolls for bullet and the bad guys. Bullet 6 and 8, bad guys, green 3. Okay. And bullet attacking and defending. Okay. Wow. Okay. So yeah, over in the other side of the building, for those that might be able to see it, we got this triangle of nobody hitting anybody going on, but lots of bullets flying. Lots of automatic weapons being going off between these 3 positions. But somehow nobody's hitting anybody. And that is it. So, at this point, Stringer, you're going to be coming onto the roof next round. So, if Vex and Stringer, if you guys would go ahead and roll your initiative this time. Oops. If I can bring up the initiative counter, please. Please. Where are you? Rolls. So where is the... View... Well, okay. On the Roll20 I'm using for the is the ref side, the GM side, I can't get the turn order screen to come up. So give me a moment, I'm going to reload that page. 13, 11, Stringer, and... Okay, so your numbers did populate on the turn order, it looks like. Oh, hey, there
I
it
put
is.
mine on manually because my token
you
isn't
did?
there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did.
I thought it was.
Oh yeah, he's down the bottom there.
I thought, I was gonna say I thought it was, but it's okay if if it's right, it's right, And the other guys, okay, Marcellus is not here. I'm gonna remove him. Mirage isn't here right now. There is stuff going on below, and I'm gonna say, Stringer, you will periodically hear gunfire from that third floor, but it's stuff.
Yep.
You'll noise, but yeah, nobody can see. Nobody that's here can see what's going on, so it doesn't matter right now. All right. Oh, where are you, Mr. Bullet? Top of this list. Maybe I'll find you easier next time. Constantly having trouble finding that character sheet. Combat. And initiative. Okay. Okay, so that's the next turn. So again, these guys are going to shoot at each other. And again, I'm just going to do some rolls because... Whoops. Well, okay. I'm not sure how I did that, but that's okay. I'm just going to do some quick rolls. Bullet. Okay. Bullet. Okay. Okay. So, Stringer, are you going to come out? Well, actually, it's not your turn yet. I'm sorry. I will ask. But Bullet was first. Okay, Stringer, I do need to go ahead and get you an awareness roll from you, please.
Yep.
And I know it's not your turn yet, but will it be your intention to go ahead and come out on the roof when you get there, when it's your turn?
Yeah, it will be.
Okay, very good.
Uh-huh.
That's good enough for the moment.
Well, I just did the thing where you collapse your skills, so you just have the list, not the thing where you can modify them. And clicking on the skill on that does nothing. So now I've got to find awareness again.
Gotcha.
Which is under int.
Yeah, that's the biggest one reason, probably the reason I haven't messed with doing my own sheet on Roll20 is you have to be, I don't know, one of the higher, like the next to highest or something, paying sub on Roll20 in order to be able to
32.
make your own sheets. Well, you rolled a nat 10 and your total, yes, so a 10 and then an 8. So that's a damn good roll. I'll tell you about that on your turn, but I wanted to get that out right away. I wanted to see what your roll would be right away, because that may affect other things. Thank you. That's what he did. Vex. So you got hit, you shot a guy, you got hit by a guy, stuff happened. What you gonna do now? Oh, and you got a Jaffo behind you.
Yeah, so I think that...
Do you know what a Jaffo is? Real quick.
Yeah, just another fucking observer.
Thank you. Not the only one who remembers an obscure, what, 80s? Early 80s, maybe. Movie
Blue
reference.
Thunder, brilliant movie.
Damn straight. Yeah, it is. All right. Okay, guys. Anyway.
No,
that's what I need to get. That's what I'm sorry to interrupt you, man. Vex, I'm sorry to interrupt you. That's the next item I got to make for the store. I need to make a note of that. I need to make a Jaffo hat.
Yeah.
I got to make a note of that right now before I forget. I need to make a Jaffo hat for the store, for the shop. Sorry to interrupt you, Vex.
No.
That's just too funny.
I respect merch.
I got to find some way. I'd really rather be doing more videos and more of this kind of stuff, but for some reason my wife thinks I need to make money, so yeah. Until I get stuff going on there, Anyway, there you go, Jaffo hat. I'm gonna put that like where I don't lose it. Okay. Okay, Vex. Now that I've completely interrupted your trains of thought or derailed your train of thought potentially, you got the Jaffo behind you. Yes, you were shooting at the dude. What you gonna do?
So my thinking is Vex look back and he looks at the observer and he goes, well, don't just stand there. And that's precisely when he gets shot in the arm.
Very good. Cool. I like it.
And he's kind of cradling the arm because this is the first time he's taken that serious a hit, and he's brand new to the skin weave. Mm-hmm. So he's kind of reeling from the fact that he could have just lost his arm.
Right. Without the skin weave, that would have been much more serious.
Much. And so he's going to look to the observer, and I think he's kind of nervous that this might turn sour. So I'm going to do another awareness check on him, another human perception.
Another human perception, okay. Human perception, you can do an awareness check if you want at the same time. That's fine. Just to comment, because I don't think this has come up where we've needed to in a while. I don't know or think even that this is in the rules core book, but the way I play it, house rule 7 words. You get 7 words without it affecting your action. Without affecting your ability to move, without affecting your ability to fire a weapon or make attacks in general or anything else, you can use 7 words. Okay.
All right. So the don't just stand there was 4.
Mm-hmm.
So that means I got 3 left, right?
You've got 3 left, and it can be broken up or whatever. That's fine. It is entirely. I consider it. And again, it's one of those things. I mean, if somebody looks it up or somebody finds something where I'm incorrect or there's more clarification, I do appreciate you letting us know. But I don't think there's anything in the core rules about how much of a conversation you can have before it becomes an action, before the fact that you are talking and conversing with someone becomes the action. You know what I mean?
We're in a combat scenario. Makes sense
right.
to me.
Yeah, if you're not in combat, if we're just doing regular turn order, the 10-minute turns, or if we're just not doing turn order at all, we're just doing our things, yeah, who cares? It's a conversation. But combat round is supposed to be 3.2 seconds. So you can't carry on a dissertation or something, in 3.2 seconds. There's got to be a cutoff where, okay, if you're going to do anything besides those words, you're going to take a penalty for your next actions, But anyway.
I'm with it.
That's the way I do it. There we go. So you got your, and yeah, I was going to say there, I completely find if you even had a 1 or 2 word conversation back and forth, 7 words a person and not affect your other actions, it's cool. So, all right, so you went ahead and you did awareness. You rolled a 10 on your awareness. No, that was stringers. Pardon me. It's hard to freaking read this thing.
Yeah, I know. Mine's his was 32.
So your awareness, and you're looking at the observer, the Jaffo. You're gonna do a human perception as well.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna allow you both in this case. All right. So what is that? I can't freaking read the total. So that's what 7, 11, 12, 13, 20, 21 is the awareness?
The awareness, it says, is 22.
22, okay.
Perception is 10.
Total of 10 on your human perception. You rolled a 2. Okay. All right. So as far as human perception, you get nothing new. You already garnered whatever from their body language or lack of what you can from that. If anything, as far as their body language, it doesn't. Your initial thought on the way they were standing there was that there was something weird. If anything, that's going to have eased off a bit because that 10 roll is pretty low. So it's not going to be as feel like it's as unnatural as it might have before. If anything, as you take that second slightly more concentrated look. Awareness, I'm sorry, was 22. Okay, so with a 22, let's see. 22, 20, 22, 20 is... Okay. So you will see there is a light, you'll see a light scar down one side, like in here-ish, which you may or may not know. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's up to you if your character would know what that is. I'm saying that this scar is common when you have an implanted communication device, the mastoid comm and stuff. You sometimes will end up with a scar here. It is healing. It's not like they have a nasty, sword cut or something. This is surgery, something that's still healing. Okay, but it's from installation of a communication, mastoid and stuff, comm, and sub mic and all that. That's that. 22. Let's see. They are wearing. Let's see. How do I want to say this? Okay, they're wearing a hoodie. That's where we're gonna. This is the way we're gonna go. They're wearing a hoodie. Your 22 is sufficient to notice. They're wearing a squid. They're wearing a brain dance recorder type device on their head. They're bald, and they're wearing that device on their head. But they've got a hoodie pulled up. 22 is also sufficient to say they are armed. They are wearing they have a pistol at their hip, and they also have a rifle over their back, sling on their back, not drawn. Neither one's drawn, and they are. But this is the odd part about this: they're wearing clothing that would make you think they're white collar, like a factory worker or something, not an edge runner. So it's not uncommon for just about anybody to have a sidearm in this day and age and world and all that. But the rifle is kind of weird for somebody that's isn't obviously, an edge runner of some kind. And for that matter, the mastoid comm and stuff is kind of not something you normally, regular people wouldn't normally have something like that. There you go. That's what you got. That's your results. So, what you gonna do for the rest of your action?
Alright, so I think Vex is gonna he dropped his rifle, I'm assuming, having just been thrown off balance. He's on his ass.
Up to you. And you didn't. Okay, it is up to you as role playing. We did not say that you dropped a rifle. We did not say you had to go prone. But if you want to, if that's your role playing thing, you can.
No, I'm fine with that. And
yeah,
Vex is gonna put one hand on one of his pistols, but he's not gonna draw it yet, and he's gonna ask, friend or foe. But he's kind of pained from the shot in the shoulder, so he's kind of like saying it through grit teeth.
Gotcha. Okay. At this point, there is not a response, and since you're now you've communicated with them, you're looking. I will say also, they are looking out the window. They're not looking at you. Okay. And at this point, there's no response, no appearance of reaction or response immediately. Of course, it's your action in combat rounds. They haven't gone yet, so there you go. They may or may not.
Up in the air. All right.
Yep.
Well, around, I guess.
You what? Oh, that's all that you're going to call it there. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Where's my turn order? Stringer. So you get up as you're coming out the door of the roof. Again, between Bullet and these two guys over here, you've heard lots of automatic gunfire. These two guys are firing either 15 to 30 round bursts. Stringer is also firing on full auto. So lots and lots of bullets flying in this triangle. But as you come out, it's like you got these three people that are 20 feet, 30, 20, 25 feet, you know, what, 7, 8, 10 meters apart or whatever, something like that. And they're all firing automatic weapons at each other, and nobody's hit any of the others. Which, you know, in practical life isn't surprising that with full auto you wouldn't hit somebody, but in Cyberpunk solo terms, it's a little surprising nobody got hit.
Yeah,
okay.
you're totally okay using feet pounds with me.
I'm sorry.
Because
yeah,
I'm old enough to have learned Imperial system from
Okay.
my parents and did metric at school. I do both.
I kind of get in the habit of doing both when I'm on a game like this because,
Yeah,
you know.
I did just wonder if you're doing it with me because I'm from Europe. But you know, with Britain, we held out against
you did hold out for a while.
metric, but then you know the EU stuff, and then you know bollocks.
Well, here in the States, you know, for a long time, there was this whole campaign where it was unpatriotic to use the metric system. And that made a whole, like, multi-generations completely against the idea of using metric.
Yeah.
Even though it's a hell of a lot more logical. But, anyway. Okay, so the one more thing on your awareness check. This dude, as he was firing in there somewhere, his weapon jammed. And he's messing with it. He's banging on the magazine, on the slide and stuff, trying to get it cleared or figured out what's going on. But his weapon is completely jammed. That's what you see here.
Yep. Is this guy here the sniper?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Because that's who I'm going for.
That's correct. He is a sniper. And since you rolled a 10, he is still engaged. He's doing, I don't know if you're watching stream video to see me doing this, but he's doing the scanning the street, scanning rooftops, scanning the buildings, scanning the street, scanning rooftops. He's doing that, you know, constantly doing that thing.
Yep.
He is not turning around and looking behind him. He is assuming that his fellows are taking care of the rooftop.
Yep. Well, I want to move to up there so I can shoot around the corner.
Okay.
I mean, from the position of the squares, I can't put myself.
Right. You can't.
But I'm not gonna. I'm not moving right out in the open, but I'm going to be in cover there, and I'm going to fire around the corner.
How about we do that? There.
Yep.
Okay, so you're able to have your cover, partial cover, but you can duck around it and fire at them. Right.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to take aim, though I won't be aiming for a full round unless I have to.
Very good. That's up to you.
But what I'm waiting for is I'm waiting for him so he turns around and the sniper rifle is above the roof.
Gotcha.
So that if I shoot him, the rifle drops on the roof, not down to the street.
Okay. So when you get over here, you will see, and Vex, this, of course you don't see this or anything, but you'll understand why the one reason the guy didn't fall off the roof, although the rifle did, which is weird. But because it's on a sling, it should be on a sling. But anyway, the dude that you Stringer that you're about to fire at. He actually has a harness, a couple of clips on a vest. Actually, it's a vest. He has a couple of clips on the vest, straps, going to anchors in the corner of the short wall of the side of the building, at the edge of the building.
Yep.
And he is right up there. He's like on one knee, and he is almost hanging over the edge so that he can observe all the way down the side, both the would be our north and our east. He can see all the way down the building on each side, and then he comes up and he does a scan across the buildings and rooftops along the way, whatever he can see, and back down. So, point is, it depends on how long you want to watch him, but you got a 10, damn good awareness roll, so at this point, it does not appear he is likely to turn around, per se. He is leaning way out. He's using the straps to keep him from falling over.
Yep.
And that's where he is.
Well, in that case, I'm going to hope that the sniper rifle is on the sling. Because I want it.
Right. Well, on the other guy that Beck shot, yes, you would expect, and it should be on a sling, but apparently the other guy wasn't using one, or it failed or something.
Yep. Well, I'm going to hope that he does.
So we'll see.
I'm going to use my 1 point of luck to avoid a fumble.
Okay.
And
and you're just shooting at him, or are you doing call shot or anything?
I'm just shooting at him.
Okay.
I think he looks like does he look like he's wearing some sort of flak vest or something?
He is. Let me think. I'm trying to remember how much armor I gave him because let me think. He is wearing a heavy vest. It is not a flak vest. It's not like the 20 armor thing or whatever the flak vests are. But he is definitely wearing armor. Yes, and it's a tactical part of a uniform type vest. You know, one you can hang stuff off of and that kind of thing.
Yep. Well, in that case, I'm going to let him have it.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, and I pressed auto fire for that, so...
Well, that's just damage and... I can't... What the hell does the other one say?
The location is a 6.
The location is a 6 in damage, but that doesn't give us an attack roll.
No, I can't see...
Yeah. See damage. I don't see any attack.
How are you doing the? You're doing the well, yeah, obvious. Well, you're doing the boomer, obviously.
Right. What I did was I pressed the button that marked auto fire.
Right.
But
Yeah.
Which is another thing that I have not got a good grasp on how this sheet is doing things that does the auto fire and stuff, and whether or not.
So I'm going to do a shot.
The way out. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Right. That's 22 to hit, but that's only done 1 bullet.
That's what I was going to say. Was it your intention to fire the 4?
Yeah.
The whole thing? Throw the whole thing at him, so to speak?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll use that for my attack.
I understand you want to keep your damage.
Yeah. Because I thought by pressing the button marked auto fire, it was going to auto fire.
Oh, yeah.
You would think, right? Yeah.
Right, let's just try this. Right, it's where I've got it set up. I've got 2 things for firing it set up. One for single shot, and because it didn't do auto fire before, I've done a repeat of it.
Okay.
Which is for firing 4 rounds.
I'm trying to remember.
So do you want me to press the thing for firing 4 rounds?
Give me a question. Do you remember what the category is for the boomer? If that's considered a rifle or
very heavy pistol.
Very heavy pistol. Thank you. That's what I was trying to ask. Very heavy handguns. There was something I wanted to check on it before I gave you an answer.
Yeah, after I had it modified, you told me I
chamber.
could fire either the single shot or all 4.
Right. That's why I was just double checking how it was in the book. But what I wanted to confirm, and I think what we talked about was it was either you pull the trigger once. It was just if you had 1 round go off or if you had all 4 rounds go off. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all or nothing.
That's what I thought. Okay.
But I've always worked on the assumption that if I fire 2 single shots, and then do the one for firing all, it'll fire the 2 that are left.
If you've done a single shot, next round do a single shot, next round do the everything, it's going to fire the other 2. Yes, I would agree with that. Yes. But that means you get 1 attack roll. Part of what I was getting at. It's 1 trigger pull, so that's 1 attack roll. But then if you hit, you get the damage from all 4. And the areas. Yeah. Each one could hit a separate area. And
so do you want me to roll for the damage again twice?
Let's see. I say that. Would we consider this like a burst shot where it depends on the difference between for how many hit? I'm gonna say we haven't discussed it in this much detail before, have we? As far as how many rounds
before
hit?
I've always done this.
You've always, okay.
Which
would you, Okay. Would you agree if we treat it like a burst or something where it depends on the difference between the defense roll and your attack roll of how many rounds hit?
Yeah.
That reason you feel like
That seems
I'm thinking that's
fine, yeah.
reasonable. Okay. I'm gonna let's go with that.
Or
We'll
we
treat
could
it like-
treat it
go
like a
ahead.
D3 burst.
Or we could where you roll to see how many a D4 in this
Well,
case.
in this case, D4. But if we treat it as,
Okay.
as a 3-round burst, but well, in this case, a 4,
Yeah.
a
Just do
3-round burst is +3 to hit. So that would be a 25.
Yeah, I don't think with this kind of weapon you should get kind of a bonus to hit though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
I'm trying to be reasonable with it, and it's a custom
Yeah.
deal, so it's whatever we decided to be. Let's make it a die 4 for how many 1 attack roll. If you hit with a die 4 rounds, and then damage for however many rounds did it hit. Is that cool?
Yeah,
Well, okay
absolutely.
then. 4 rounds. Apparently, yeah, I would take that as a good. All right, so we got 1 damage in area. We've got a second we got attack. We've got 1 attack roll, which we'll see, which we haven't rolled defense yet.
Yeah, remember I'm shooting him in the back.
You're shooting toward their. Well, even if you hit, if you hit their torso, it's still a torso hit, even if it's at their back.
Yeah, but it's just for his
If
defense.
it's-
If he
if
doesn't
it
know
is.
it's coming, it should be at a big minus. That's what I'm implying.
Well, okay, I understand what you're saying. The ambush thing, we looked. It is a bonus. Actually, oh shit, what was it? I looked it up because I think I did do it. I screwed it up. Last week when we played it, I completely blew the way that it's supposed to work. Give me a moment. I'm looking it up here real quick. Again. Where the hell was it? It is a plus. Oh, no, it's not. I did initiative last time, and it's not supposed to be initiative. It is a +5 to your attack roll, is what it is.
Yeah.
Is what ambush is. And yes, that's reasonable.
It would make sense either plus to the attack or minus to the defense, which is
Right.
effectively the same thing.
Come out to the same thing. So, okay. So, backing up here, your attack roll, you rolled a 22, and that includes your point of luck. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, very good. Let me roll his defense, and I will give him a -5 on the defense side. So, normal, and in the future, if we're doing ambush, it's a +5 to your attack roll. But here we are. So, that's going to be +11 then instead to account for the -5. So he rolled an 18, so you did hit him. So we get, and I'm going to say every body area is open to be hit. That's not a problem.
That's 30 in the location 6, 29 in location 7.
So that's left arm, right arm, 9. You got a
Location 3, 24.
Hit locate ice. Oh, okay, you're down here. I see what you're doing. Okay, that's fine. All right. So let's back up here again. Give me the, if you would, give me the hit location and damage for each of those again, please.
Right, first shot, location 6, 30
Yep.
damage.
Okay.
Second shot, location 7, 29 damage.
Okay.
Third shot, location 3, 24 damage.
Okay.
And last shot, 28 damage in location 6.
6
So, that's,
again.
so his 6
Okay.
has taken a serious.
Yeah, 6 is in trouble. That's so that's left arm. 7 is leg. Yeah, right. 7 is right leg. And 3 is torso. Yeah, 3 is torso. All right. So let me do a little bit of quick calculations. So he has. Oh, and this is all AP, isn't it?
Dual purpose.
Dual purpose. Okay. Okay. So that's what I thought. Okay. Okay. So I need a stun check from this dude. Actually, I'm gonna roll. What's his body? Give me a read. Okay, that's not gonna work. That's not going to work. Come on. Okay. And stun check. All right. Well, he failed his stun check. All right.
The only roll that you want low when he crits.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly what happened. So, okay. So, you hit him all 4 times. You see him go pump, pump. You know, he kind of moves around some as he's getting hit in these different shots. The rifle. Okay. I'll give you the same chance I gave Vex. Do you want it high or low for the rifle to stay on the roof?
I'll take low.
Low, the rifle stays on the roof. There you go.
Yes!
Haha. Okay.
This has the added footage bonus because with my the modifications that I got for the battle glove, because it allows
Hey guys, game real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah. You can treat it like a cyber arm and put up to 3 modifications in.
3 options on it, yeah.
Yeah, I took thin skin, so it's the same color as the suit.
Real skin. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And that changes with whatever color suit I'm wearing. I took armor on the glove. Now, whether that's going to count as armor for me is another matter, but it's to protect the glove.
Right.
And pop-up video cam. So that video cam will pop up on the back of the wrist and be looking straight down the barrel.
Right. That's cool. I like it. So, guy can...
If it bleeds, it leads.
There you go. Pop, 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 pop. Let's see. Rifle. The guy convulses some. He starts... As he's getting hit, he starts to try to turn around to react to getting shot, to maybe dodge. But in this case, the straps that are keeping him from falling off the roof actually work seriously against him. He can't get turned around in time. He just gets hit 2 more times, and he kind of falls into the strap some and is hanging there. The rifle falls from his hands onto the roof, and he's unconscious. He is wearing a helmet. He's wearing a black uniform, vest, stuff, gear, which we'll get into all that, however we need to. But he is wearing a helmet, so you can't see his face per se, but he has gone in.
Yep. I'm picking up the rifle.
And this was a WSSA, the Arasaka kick-ass sniper rifle.
Yeah.
And,
well, I've got black hands open.
Okay, I was just looking for the page right now if you don't already have it.
29 is sniper rifles.
Bing, bing. Where is it? Yeah, it's on 29. It's the first one listed. It is that weapon. It has the scope on it. Is if you have the right cable and stuff, you can plug into the weapon for the smart link. And the scope has some optics options that, and of course you don't have the helmet, that come through to the helmet though. You can you plug the helmet into the weapon for that part of it. So you get your targeting scope, all your stuff, your optics, all in as part of the helmet visor.
Oh my god. Is because explosive flechette does 1.5 times damage after penetrating armor. Yes.
Let's see. What did I remember? The other one had like how much damage did I do with it? I'd have to scroll back and look. Of course, this one may not be the same. I'd already decided that these were custom. That each of these guys could potentially have custom options on their weapons. Might have. There's the 5-die 6. No, that's before that. Well, if I don't see it here in just a second, I'll just go on. But Yeah, I'm not seeing it right here. But anyway, we'll work out details of the weapon here in a bit if we, when we need to. You can start to put it in there. This, I'm going to. Well, actually, Vex had to go away for a second, and it's just us. So I'll just go ahead. I might as well just go ahead and get this done for you real quick, so you can go ahead and put it on your sheet. I assume this is something you're going to keep. Is that right?
Yeah.
You're planning to keep. Okay. Planning to keep at least. So this one uses the electrothermal cased ammo.
Yep.
The scope has it's a targeting scope. It has IE. Let me think. It has image enhancement. It has thermoptics. It has thermoptics. It has infrared and low light. Oh, and teleoptic is the other one. This thing actually has 5 options on it. The telescoping part of it is actually part of the targeting option, but whatever. So it's using the same sized round, but the electrothermal enhanced version of it, which I don't have it off the top of my head. Does that do an extra die maybe?
No.
What was it? Where is it?
They're in the black hands.
Yep.
It's
that's where I am.
Dual purpose does it reduces the armor to half and does half damage on what penetrates. If it's unarmored, it does full damage.
Oh, I meant the modification to the sniper rifle. Is what I was talking about.
Oh, it's
not dual
50%
purpose
damage.
Extra 50%. That's what I was trying to remember exactly.
Electrothermal is 50% more.
Yeah. So there you go. It does that. So basically, and the problem, the drawback on the scope is right now it is designed to work with the helmet. You can't, even if you've got a smart link or whatever kind of interface cable or something, you can't just plug into it and get the benefit of that stuff. You'd have to be wearing the helmet.
But I can take it to a techie.
Yes, you certainly could.
That's what I intend to do.
There. So, that's where all that is. You picked up the gun and you got a cool rifle. All right.
Oh, it's got range finding. That's a standard. Rate of fire 2. Yeah.
And the rate of fire, I'm calling that, I believe that is like I called the lever action for Vex, in that you get two trigger pulls. So you can do 2 different targets, same target, stuff, whatever.
Concealability, none. Then there's another letter after that.
Where's that?
You've got accuracy, then N for non-concealable, then P.
Right. Poor availability.
Basically.
In this one, the book description is using the flechettes and so on. This doesn't use the flechettes. Instead, it uses the electrothermal cased rounds, and you get 6x6 plus 50%. So we'll just call it, just for simplicity, put it in the book. We'll just call it a 9x6. How about that? But it's
Yeah,
not
that's what I was.
But it won't be flechettes. Okay.
Yeah, I'd put 96 down for the damage anyway, because that's what it would be.
It is a very custom Sebo electrothermo enhanced round, which means you're going to want to get every round off of these guys up here as you can too, because this isn't a round you can just go to the store and buy.
Yeah, in which case I will go through his pockets.
Yeah. So we'll see how many rounds.
Tactical vest.
Sorry. Yeah. We'll see how many rounds you can acquire here in a minute. It's up to you if you want to do that during combat rounds, though. You know. I'm reading through here if there's anything else I need to address.
Well, actually, I should have a bit of time to do that after combat.
Yeah, you should. I will, see how this goes, but when you mess with the helmet, well, you're not doing that yet.
I'll probably grab the helmet so that when I take it to when I take it to Coil, she's got all the stuff that's needed.
Right. Okay. When you will find out when you put the helmet on, it will try to do it just to get this out so that you can make notes on it or whatever. When you put the helmet on, it's going to try to do a retinal scan to confirm your identity.
Yep.
When it fails, it will not function for you.
Yep.
You don't know if it does anything else. And that's the only way to get. You'll find that's the only way. The weapon won't even fire without all that working. It's a very integrated, whatever type of system. So.
Oh yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm not planning on using it in this combat.
Okay, that's enough damage. We got to make it. We got to have some difficulties on it too.
Yep.
So you get all that. Marcellus, did you get in then? Or are you still? I didn't look.
I'm here. Yeah.
Oh, you are here, sir. Welcome. You're just in time. Okay. Time to wrap up. That's all for. No, I'm just kidding.
So be it. These things happen.
No, we got a little while yet. I don't have a long time yet, but we've got some time yet. Let's see. Okay, so the quick and the fun. Actually, Vex, are you back yet? Apparently not.
And
oh, there you are. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry?
Yes, exactly. I was confirming you were back. That's all.
I'm back. Yep.
You're back. Okay, so Vex is here, Marcellus here, Stringer hasn't left, and nor have I left. Okay. And we haven't seen Impulse and haven't heard anything. Haven't heard anything, so who knows? Okay.
Impulse sent a message saying they couldn't make it this week.
Oh, I missed that. All right, very good. Thank you for that. Okay. So the quick recap for Marcellus's benefit. When we left off, you and Mirage had fallen through the hole, and you were having some fun dancing with the bad guys, with the Arasaka people. Bad guys is a relative term. They don't consider themselves bad guys. Anyway, you two and them were on the lower floor there, the third floor.
Yep, I was about to go all John Wicky on him again.
That's what you were working on. Since you weren't here yet, you have. I will say we'll give you a turn or two here in a moment. You've been hearing lots of noise, lots and lots and lots of automatic gunfire from the roof, from over this direction, and I think that would effectively catch you up because you can't see the events. You could only hear things at best. So lots of automatic gunfire and stuff has happened when you were here. So where the hell were we? Stringer, you took your shots at the dude. You picked up that rifle, throw it over your shoulder or something, I would assume. Whatever. It's a big rifle. It is almost 4 kilograms. Loaded up with a full mag, it's about 4 kilograms. So it's a pretty significant.
You've managed to get one of the snipers. I said he's managed to get one of the sniper rifles then.
He has.
Because my plan is to get the other one.
Well, you don't know this. Oh, go ahead, Beck. Sorry. Yeah, you can tell him. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I shot the one sniper. We're not sure if he's conscious or not, but he dropped his gun over the side of the building, so you'll have to race me to it.
Yeah, whatever. Carry on. Have it.
Okay, that was the end of that combat round, so just make sure I didn't miss anything here. Oh, bad guys. Bad guys haven't gone this round yet. Okay. Let's see, bad guys, or NPCs, I should say. Not necessarily all bad guys, but NPCs. Well, no, because Bullet's an NPC, and he's on the combat turn list. Anyway, Jaffo is the first one. Jaffo, Vex, and you guys you asked him friend or foe. He wasn't responding right away to you. After a few seconds, he will say, let's see. He will say, that may yet to be determined. And he will take a few more steps toward the window, walking past you and looking out onto the roof. And for the moment, that's all he does. Okay. Yeah. That's what he does. All right. What else we got? Bad guys on the roof. Already we pretty much resolved between Bullet and those guys. This guy, Sniper number one is at least unconscious. Sniper number two is at least unconscious. So we have dude with the bullpup. Over here, we'll take another shot at Vex. Yeah. And the other guys, I'm going to give them a chance because it's been several rounds and they've been just holding their positions. Let's do a couple of cool checks and see if they hold their positions or if they decide they need to do something else. Actually, that was two Benny. There's only two guys left because this dude and this dude are engaged with Bullet. So it was just the first two, and they continue to be okay. So this dude and this dude, for anybody that can see, continues to hold their positions, observing and becoming somewhat dismayed that their rather seemingly overwhelming force is significantly reduced.
You're significantly overwhelmed.
Yes, somehow. Okay, that's the end of that round. Oh, okay. If you guys are okay with Marsh, we're going to give Marcellus a couple of rounds, maybe 1 or 2 rounds for actions down below, and then we'll continue with the next thing that happens. Down below, Marcellus, you were about to do another, I don't remember if we had a turn order there, but that's cool. And you had the flip over. You got 3 guys down there with you. Barrage, it basically went and hid to an extent, or was heading toward the stairs, something like that. In any case, was trying to move away from combat. Yeah, so, Marcellus, go ahead. What do you want to do?
So, I'm going to cross over. I'm going to flip this dude, and effectively, what I want is go for a disarm. So basically, I want to grab him, do a throw to disarm, coming up with his assault rifle, and then full autoing into the other 2 dudes.
Go for it.
That's
Why
my
not?
plan.
It's fun.
That's my plan. Whether it works or not, we
We'll
will
see.
see.
But no, that's cool. I'm all up for making a, if you watched my videos recently, if it's fun, that's all that matters. The rules are there so that we can have fun in the game. That's my opinion on things.
Mm-hmm.
Not the other way around.
I agree.
Absolutely. And
Okay.
look, the chances are I'm going to run out of action. I'm gonna reach a point where I'm too low on stuff, and I'll end up missing completely with a full auto
You're
spray.
keeping-
But you never know.
You were keeping track of your ammo, by the way, right? Because you fired a few times already, I think.
Yes, yes. My ammo is
You're
tracked,
tracking it.
Don't worry. Yep.
I believe you. I just
I
wanted to make sure
currently
you were.
have full guns because I did reload them, but I forget just shooting people. It's far more fun to throw them around, steal their guns, and shoot their friends with their own guns.
That's right. All right, so you're. If we could reiterate, you're going to attempt to grapple and throw this dude, right?
Grapple, throw, disarm, and shoot.
Grapple, throw, disarm. You're gonna shoot and attempt to use take when you disarm, take that weapon and fire it. Right? Is the idea? Okay.
Yeah.
And correct me, because I want to be as accurate as we can be, relatively speaking. I don't know if there's a rule on this. When you do a disarm, the way I've played it in the past is you're just disarming. You're not actually gaining control of the weapon. You're just making it so they don't have control anymore. So gaining control of it would be something additional, which I'm going to say would just be a negative. Would you accept that? Is that good?
I will accept.
Or is there something else? Or is there something else that you know of?
I don't know.
Okay.
You know. And
No,
the
okay.
only time I tried disarm, it didn't work.
Okay. Well, that is the way, and again, you know, it's not just this game. With all the other videos and the other stuff I'm trying to do to make sure everybody help other people learn to play this game and stuff. I do house rules, but I try to make sure it's clear when it's a house rule versus a core rule. You know. I don't think on disarm. I think it's literally you just disarm them. So if you want to gain control of that weapon, that would be another thing. Which the way I'm going to play that is, we'll use like a -3. I'm going to say -3. If you succeed with your -3 on your disarm, assuming you get to that point, then you're able to not only to disarm them but take control of the weapon as well.
Well, he might actually be dead, given how much damage I can produce with the throw.
There is that. There is that. But, well, the difference would be if you didn't do it as a disarm, you'd have to take an action to pick up the weapon.
I know.
So
either way,
it's a trade-off. Yeah.
It's a trade-off. Let's see what happens.
So go for it, however you want to do it. And it depends on if he's moving or not at that point, if you think how you think you need to handle it.
Let me just check my grapple modifier.
Don't mind me, I'm making a couple rolls that have absolutely nothing to do with anything, really. Wow, okay.
I can't even read that now.
Put your cursor
yeah, you
over
gotta
the roll.
where you can see what the numbers are. We were discussing
21.
it earlier. It's a known issue at roll 20. Something's happened to the background image for the rolls, and there's been tickets submitted to try and fix it. It hasn't happened yet.
Oh no, I'm just saying. Well, I can't even read it. I think it looks great. Apart from the fact that it would be better if it was in a different color.
Well, if the rolls were in black, if the text was black, that would mostly take care of it, except for the black lines.
Except for the black lines.
I was going to say the number right over the black lines for me, so that would be awful.
All right, so 21 is your attack roll, right? And one? And that's your grapple, right?
That's the grapple, because you have to grapple in order to be able to throw.
Right. Okay, so what we're gonna do is dodge, and you just using the same bonus everything's got so far. You did not grapple. You did not succeed in your grapple.
Nah, fuck it. Do it again.
Alrighty.
I'm going to put 2 points of luck into this.
Alrighty, sir. 2 points of luck.
I don't really know why, but I am. And it's just getting worse.
You put because you had the negative, right? Got it. So yeah, that didn't help much, did it? 19? Well, yeah, there's a chance. There's always a chance. No.
Oh.
not really sure what else I can do at this point because I'm now at -6. Fuck it. I'll try a sweep to finish. 'Cause I don't know
Okay.
what else to
So
do.
so the two of you have been kind of doing this wrestling kind of thing where you're trying to get it, you're trying to grapple him and he's trying to get away from you, and just haven't been able to quite get a good hold of him so far.
Oh well, forget it.
Yeah. Well, he could fumble. Holy shit! He fumbled.
Wow.
Okay. Okay. So you did not fumble and he did. So you swept him.
I swept
So he's
him.
pro.
Let me just check what sweep does because it's been so long since I've actually done a sweep. I can barely remember.
Understand. Which is another thing I need to make note of. I need to get. Where's my notes here?
Okay, knocks your opponents to the ground because I didn't do a sweeping kick because that would have just been too much at that point. So he's at -2 to all attacks until he takes an action to stand up.
Okay.
And I'm at +2 to all my attacks against
On
him until he takes an action to stand up.
Okay. Very good. Okay. All right. Are you going to do anything else at this point?
No.
Okay. And by the way, for the timeline of all this, Marcellus and the dudes and the guys people below, you don't know they're wearing helmets and everything. You can't tell. Anyway, the baddies below and Marcellus, these 2 rounds that he's getting are on the same time as the last 2 rounds that have taken place on top of the roof for everybody else. Okay, just so everybody's aware. I wanted to give him a little bit of action here before we all move back forward together. Okay. Okay. This is now what happens next before the bad guy's turn. What happens right in here? You guys on the roof haven't experienced this yet, but Marcellus, if you would do an awareness notice for me, please.
Sure.
We'll just see how you roll. I'm gonna treat this as a stealth, I think. Yeah, I'll treat this as a stealth.
It's a pretty big number. 27.
16, 21, 27. Yeah, 27. Okay. Yes. So you hear some music playing, which just after a split second you recognize as which you probably only recognize because there is just down the street from where you live, there is a circus. But you start to hear a piece of music, just a couple of bars, as it's continuing to play, but in the combat round you hear just a few bars. But it's The Entertainer, if you're familiar with what song that is.
Yep.
I am indeed.
Very good. Okay, so you start to hear The Entertainer playing from somewhere. And also, you hear a honk, 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 honk. That was a very bad impression. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with such things. Like a toy horn on a kid's bike, kind of honk, honk kind of noise. Okay? You hear that, a honk, honk twice, and you catch a glimpse as you guys are all fighting down here. So you guys, you got this, and you're spinning, you're attacking, you're trying to grapple, and these guys are, over here. But over here someplace, just outside of the debris from the hole, you catch a glimpse of a running figure in very brightly colored clothing and hair.
Okay.
Okay, there you go. That is what you get. And so bad guys go on this turn. So this dude's just going to try to shoot you. Kind of. Actually, this isn't a bad analogy. Reminiscent of the Indiana Jones movie when the dude's doing the martial arts like he's going to attack, showing off before he attacks Indy, and Indy just pulls his revolver and shoots him? That's what this guy's trying to do. Of course, he's prone. He's got a -2, but that's what he's going to try to do. So I'll take my -2, and if you'll roll your dodge and escape.
Absolutely.
And actually, I need to do a couple more general rolls. Give me a moment. You go ahead and do that, but give me. Okay. So this dude and these guys were just starting to just recover. When all this started, these guys were just recovering from having fallen down the hole. This guy is going to use his turn. He's going to move over here someplace. You rolled a... I can't freaking read anything. That's your dodge is a 27. Okay.
27 is my dodge.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yes. Full auto 30 round diverse, I think these weapons are. The bullpup, the WAA, 30 round is what he's got it set at, yes. So he dumps a whole mag in your general direction. And does not hit you. This dude is still prone. This guy is still prone. He fell when he fell down the hole. He's still trying to shake himself off and recover. This guy was kind of got stunned from the fall. So he's not unconscious, but he's not participating yet either. That's those three guys. Barrage, nobody sees what she's doing. So, Marcellus, you get your next turn. You get another turn, the guys down here get another turn, and then we all go back to full combat round, full turn order.
Okay, so this guy's on the floor. So
Yes.
I'm going to take him into a choke, and then shoots the guy that's moving away.
Okay. So
But obviously I'll have to use my pistol to do so.
Right, because you weren't able to do that. And you still had one or both pistols in hand when you fell, right?
I
believe you had them both. They were out. And we didn't ever say you dropped them or anything like that, so.
Nope.
You're good. Okay.
So I have a total modifier of 4, and of course he's at -2.
Yep, he is at -2, and you got a +2, and plus whatever your. And is this a grapple first or straight to a choke?
No, you've got to grapple before you.
You do have to
choke.
grapple first, just like the throws. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. I was just confirming. And where'd you end up at? What, 9, 18,
Well,
22?
because
Okay.
crap, I'm rolling absolutely horrendous on my attack rolls.
And he is rolling with his -2. He tied with you. Defender wins is the way is my house rule. There were some questions on that after. Well, I don't mention. I understand there was some question on that I received in private messages after the last week's stream. So that's why I said it that way. Okay.
Fair enough. I agree with it.
So defender always wins. Natural 10 is a natural success unless the defender also rolls a natural 10. Natural 1 is always a natural failure, and then the extent of the natural success or failure depends on the next roll. There you go.
Yep.
Anyway.
Well, I'm going to grab him again.
Basically. Okay, so you're going to try again. Go for it.
Because I can keep rolling terribly.
That's what, 10?
21.
21 this time? Okay. he keeps rolling high. That's an 8 and a 9. So, yeah, you missed again. So you're continuing to do this dance thing. It's like, it's starting to look like a Greco-Roman wrestling match, or a sumo wrestling match or something where you're kind of, just moving around each other, and every now and then somebody grabs out, tries to grab each other, and except that this guy's got his assault rifle. He keeps shooting at you. Anyway, there you go. Okay, third action?
No, give up.
Okay.
The dice are against me tonight. I'm not even going to keep bothering trying to attack at this point.
Okay, gotcha. This dude drops his magazine slams a new magazine in. That's his action. Hits the thing on the slide to charge the weapon. That's his action.
Yeah.
As he is doing that, if you will do another awareness check for me.
Sure. $25, I think.
That will more than cover it.
Well, yeah, 25.
25? Okay, yeah, 25 will cover it. So, is everybody familiar with a monkey drummer is? The toy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm going to do a die. I'm going to make this part of it a random. You start to hear the cymbals and stuff, noise of a monkey drummer. And we're about to find out how many, let me think, meters would be too much. I'm going to do this in feet, how many feet tall he is. Well, okay then. Okay, so your awareness was sufficient. You start to hear the cymbals clashing and so on, and just a split second later you see an 8-foot tall monkey drummer. All right, and I'm just gonna pick, and I know this is a ninja, not a monkey drummer, but the monkey drummer is coming in from this corner, this edge over here. 8-foot tall monkey drummer headed your way. So yeah, you took your action. Monkey drummer is within sight. This dude took his action. This guy is like continuing to move this way. Oh, 25 was sufficient also. You again see just that barest glimpse of a brightly colored, and actually this time you think there might be more than one. Now you get a little more information too. Somebody with very brightly colored hair and clothing and very baggy clothing. And they're moving out just outside your easy line of sight with all the debris and the crap that's down here. And the guy that's stunned, let me give him a chance, see if he... Okay.
Great, the clown gang are here.
Bunch of bozos.
Bunch of bozos. This guy finally gets up. And he was stunned. He was whatever. Okay, he didn't just fail. So there's that. I'm gonna give each of these guys. I'm gonna give that guy a chance. Nope, he's good. See, that was these two. That's the drummer. And give the other dude a chance too. Okay. So this last dude is moved out of your sight, but so all you know is he's out. Last you saw him, he was heading over that way someplace. So that is all their action. Monkey drummer comes in, and it is initiative. And we have 15-20 minutes left, and I'm going to have to run. But here we go. Initiative.
Oh, that initiative was shit. That's as slow as I can possibly be.
Well, you know, if you're going to roll a 1, did you roll? I didn't look. Did you roll a 1?
Yeah.
You did. You did. Okay. Consider it this way. If you're going to roll a 1, this is the time for it.
Yeah, it just means you're slow. It's not a fumble.
Right. Marcellus, on the other hand, is the opposite. And
Lucky time.
Mm-hmm.
there you... Man, you've done it again. You've beat Bullet.
Well, as I said, it has to happen once.
All right. So, beginning of this round... Do another... Whoops. Shit, I didn't mean to do that, guys. Give me a second. I don't know why. I tried to use the up arrow to roll again, and it didn't work. All right, so yes, that's more than sufficient. Okay, so now height. I need 1, Okay. I need a different. I need to use a different token because this is going to get really confusing if I don't. Here we go. Okay, we're just going to use something different. So, not this. So, there's our monkey drummer, right? We also are going to have those on the roof. Who's on the roof? Bullets on the roof. Vex, you're potentially within sight of the roof. And actually, Stringer, you're on the roof as well. So, technically before this round starts, or before any of you guys go, however you want to say that, Marcellus, you've already rolled yours, and you see your guy down there. You see the one down there. The people, everybody else, so Stringer and Vex, Bullet, will roll in awareness notice for me.
All right.
What did I... You know, sometimes keyword search on the icon thing in here is just about worthless. Give me a moment, and I will give you results. Okay, that's fine. It's not at all what I wanted, but it's fine. Whatever. Okay. So, you guys will see, and again, now the monkey drummer and the other two things, the other couple of things I'm about to describe, look like toys. Okay. So you got the monkey drummer, the what was it, 8-foot tall monkey drummer. You have a 10-foot tall raccoon that looks like a wind-up toy. Okay. And we have a, let's see, what else? What's the other one going to be? Depends on what icons I can quickly find. I had all my ideas, but I didn't have icons set up ahead of time. Okay.
Well, my live commentary for this is what the fuck.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. So crawling up from the hole, climbing, rolling, they look like wind-up toys that, you know, the little things you might put on a tabletop, and they make their way across the tabletop. 10-foot raccoon, 2-foot lizard.
Yeah, if the Energizer Bunny comes out of there, I don't care. I'm shooting the bastard.
Well, you don't see him yet. He's down below. No, that's the monkey. Sorry. The raccoon was actually going to be a bunny. That was my intention. But there wasn't an icon for a rabbit. So, you got a raccoon. All right. So, these guys show up and start to roll out. Start to come up here. Okay. And Marcellus, what you want to do? There's no indication of intentions yet. I'm sorry. Let me just say that. There's no indication of intentions. These things are just here.
I'm going to attempt again to grab this dude, choke him, and then shoot something. I don't know if it's the bloody great giant fucking monkey drummer or the Arasaka guard at this point, because I'm just not sure.
Right. I understand.
I haven't quite decided which is more of a threat. But the dude on the floor, I've got to actually eventually surely achieve something.
Okay.
There's no guarantee of it, obviously, the way I'm rolling at the moment.
No guarantees in this game.
Right. Oh, and what a surprise. I roll basically the minimum I can roll again.
Almost, without fumbling. What is that? 13, 22. All right, 22 it is. And he has not gotten up. He's still on the ground. You got him.
All right.
Yes. Excellent. So, choke. Let me just check choke. See what my modifier is. Choke, 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 choke.
Oh, just
Okay. I'm going to put 3 points of luck into this.
okay.
There we go.
That's much better.
Mhm.
9, 10, 11, 12, 19,
27.
27. 27 it is. Yeah, you probably, yeah, you got him. I don't know if he could have beaten that. No, he could. Short of a natural 10, he couldn't have beaten that.
Yeah, so he takes, and let me just double check to be entirely sure, but I believe it's effectively the same as a throw. 1d6 plus my body plus my martial arts.
So he broke his neck.
Depends on what you're. Probable. No,
Yep.
well, yeah, it's really going to hurt. Let's put it that way. Well, it might not hurt for long, though.
Might not hurt for very long. 1d6 plus. That's 19, and of course a choke is effectively
No armor.
Mhm.
no armor.
Okay. I am going to do. There is one thing I thought of the other between game sessions. I was going to decide if these guys had. And I'm going to give them like a 30% chance. So if they've got a 3 or less, they'll have it and we'll talk about it. Otherwise, not. And it was only going to come up if somebody tried to choke somebody. Marcellus. Anyway.
What?
Okay. He does. Okay, so. So now that this is the first time it's come up with anybody. All of these guys will have, as part of their uniform armor stuff, it comes up to about here. You still get the choke on them, and it's still 19. But as you squeeze on them, you'll start to feel a resistance there that's more than just his neck. Is what your whatever is what you'll pick up. Okay, it's part of his uniform and everything comes up a little bit higher. Now, as far as how that affects things, I'm basically taking, it's not armor, but I'm thinking of it as in that you might be able to squeeze him enough to knock him out, but you're not going to be able to, like, breaking his neck or something like that would be much, much more difficult.
I'm not really
You know what
trying
I mean?
to break it.
Okay, but you can put enough pressure on there, and if you depending on stun checks and stuff, you can knock him out. Is the way I
Which
the
is
way
kind
I
of
thought
all
of
I
that.
really want.
Is all you're at. Once he's knocked out, unless he gets rescued, it's not going to matter soon anyway. Okay, so okay, so I'm going to do a stun check for him, which he failed miserably. Okay, so you're holding him, you're squeezing. In his eye, it's like the 2077 trailer. The V's getting choked. He's starting to get red. And then he goes limp.
Mhm.
And he goes limp. And there you are.
And I will do a 3-round burst into dude over here.
Okay. And he is up. He has his full for dodge. Rolling
He
the
does,
attack.
and I'm going to put the last of my luck into this. So, 2, 4, I've got 2 points of luck left.
See where we are on time. Just about out of time. Okay. Try and get through this round.
And let's just flip across. Find the right thing. Gosh. Modifiers. Oh, that's a good question. Sorry, I forgot because I so rarely actually use a gun. It applies all the weapon accuracy and everything already, doesn't it? So
If
it's
you've
just
got it
Yeah.
in right, if in the weapon section there you've got the accuracy number in there, it will include it when you roll.
No, that's perfect.
Is it?
So I've put my 2 points of luck in. He's going to dodge this anyway.
Yeah, he did. But well, 3 rounds anyway. From the giant Valorian. That according to some interpretations of the rules, you can't fire, and neither by the way, can Stringer use his battle glove to fire such big weapons, according to some interpretations. Not the
Yeah,
way
but
we're doing it.
There's
but,
actually one of Pondsmith's NPCs. It's a woman who wore NPC who wore skin tight leather. Can't remember her name. It's in one of the Kazalewski videos, and I checked it up in the book. I looked her up. But she was able to use a Malorian with a battle glove. So if Pondsmith says she can,
right, and I knew, and I couldn't. I'm glad you mentioned that. I'll have, well, maybe if you think of it, you can send me the name and stuff or whatever later.
Yeah.
There was like a couple weeks ago already, but there was a big discussion over on the Cyberpunk 2020 subreddit that I was in on about battle gloves. Well, actually, it was something else entirely, and then I mentioned something about unless you use a battle glove, and then I got jumped on for suggesting that you could use a battle glove to do that. But anyway.
I know
But,
some people interpret that unless you physically got the cyberarm,
right.
except for the fact that if you read Blackhand, it just states that you need a body high enough.
That's right. If you've got a that's all you need. And if you've got that or something to give you that effect and that, yeah. Anyway, that's the way I've taken it in the past, and that's the way I'm playing it. But that's okay. We're having fun with it.
Yeah, but if you take something big and nasty in the real world, like a Smith & Wesson 500 Magnum, which is more powerful than things like your 454 Castle, that can be fired without a cyberarm.
Right. Well, exactly. I mean, I fired 454s. I fired the Smith & Wesson 500. I fired Barretts, and you don't have to have a cyberarm to fire those things. I mean,
Nope.
Yeah.
It may affect, depending on how proficient you are. It may affect your accuracy. It may affect your rate of fire, things like that. But it's not going to, if you know how to handle it, it's not going to hurt you to fire them.
Yeah. But I have seen people who fired big guns, not that big, but things like a 44 Magnum, who've held it casually, like they see Clint Eastwood doing in the Dirty Harry movies.
Right.
And you can tell they've done it because they've got the idiot cut on the forehead.
I mentioned earlier, I worked at a shooting range and gun store for a while, and yes, people do stupid shit. Yes, they do.
Like being a 9-year-old kid and going, I can fire a 44 Magnum, and ending up on your ass, looking up, going, what happened?
What was that?
Yeah.
But, or, I'm a gunsmith. I know how to do things. And turning your very reliable semi-auto into a full auto weapon on a range without the right, licensing and stuff here in the States, and getting yourself in a lot of trouble because you mess with the seer. Anyway, and without getting into too much detail there, because we're on a public stream and I don't want to give anybody ideas that shouldn't have them. But it is not hard to do that accidentally if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
But anyway, because I'm at my time, but I want to try to finish this round out. Okay, so where you did that, he dodged it. Are you doing something else?
No.
Okay, so as we're ending that round, then you do have the chokehold on this dude still, unless you let him go. you potentially have him as a shield or whatever, if you want.
Yeah.
That's where you are. Bullet is
Yeah.
going
I
to
do
go.
like my human shields.
Where's that? Bullet is going to run, which I'm just going to do, which is what I've been doing just to move through his. I'm just going to do a few rolls for him and the guys he's been fighting with. Go Bullet. Okay. Okay. So over here with Bullet and these dudes, anybody that's up here can see it, and for our audience, if we have any, I haven't looked right now. But anyway, so Bullet again, he has reloaded once. He's over the course of the last several rounds, he has reloaded. He is full auto. He's got a weapon in each hand. He fires at this dude and full on hits him hard every round. It seems like, probably not really, but it seems like a lot of rounds hit him. And this guy gets one more. Yeah, that's good. That won't do it. So this guy gets hit several times, falls against the side of the building, falls over the side. So that's him. This is the guy last round who had the weapon jam. He has not been able to clear the weapon jam, and he gets hit with several rounds. And does he... Shit. Well, it would seem that neither of these, the athletics training in the Arasaka security forces needs to be improved, it would seem. He also falls over the side of the building. Okay then. So there's been this is crazy. Okay, and I haven't been doing exact, full bonuses and whatever. I've just been doing some quick rolls so that we don't spend a lot of time on the NPCs like that. But Bullet and these two guys have been exchanging 30-round bursts for 3 rounds, 4 rounds or whatever. And then all of a sudden, the last round, the one guy jams, his weapon jams, and the next round, both of them end up going over the side. Anyway, okay. There we go. That's what happened to him. Bad guys also go here. I'm going to say Monkey Drummer first. Okay, so Monkey Drummer. Bumper unit is going clang, clang, clang. And Marcellus, you were so just like, what the fuck is going on to see that 8-foot-tall Monkey Drummer coming up into the area, into the combat zone here area. You didn't immediately notice he has a cigarette in his mouth. Okay?
No, I did not.
So his action, the Monkey Drummer is, you hear a and a cloud of smoke comes out of his mouth.
Okay, that's not
Okay.
good.
And what's the roll? Shoot. Second, sorry. What would that be? RT&D. That's what I was looking for. RT&D. Resist torture and drugs. I was about to say everybody down here, but Marcellus, that's you and NPCs. Needs to roll in our resist torture and drugs.
Okay.
And that is a cool. Yeah, that's a cool roll. And
Oh, look at that. 28.
Glorious.
what'd you get?
28.
Oh, 10. Natural 10, too. Okay.
Yep.
So, yes. Quickly, this smoke that comes out from the Monkey Drummer's mouth engulfs you and the whole area very quickly. You cough a little bit and choke just a little bit, but otherwise don't seem to be affected. Let me think. I need to roll. Okay, that's 1 bad guy. That's 2 bad guy. That's 3 bad guy. Okay. Dude that you... Well, actually, no, this guy's unconscious. Never mind. He doesn't react. Didn't need to roll for him. This guy starts laughing. Just over the course of the rest of the round, starts laughing hysterically. Uncontrollably, you might say. This guy is probably he's like over there someplace. This guy failed a cool check when the monkey drummer first showed up, so he's over there. He's way over there someplace. Okay, that is that. Also, up on top, similar things happen. This movement first. I'm going to give these guys some movement. Actually, he's going to go this way. Yeah. And he'll do something like that. Okay. So, up top, similar things. The lizard-looking thing does the thing lizards do with the tongue sticking out, and a spray comes out of his mouth and hits this dude, and he immediately turns. This guy's gone. He's actually he's on the roof, but he's out. So he sprays at this guy. Raccoon hisses loudly, and anybody who can see will see as he opens his mouth to hiss, a spray coming out of his mouth also, and tries to hit this dude. So we're going to do a couple of rolls for these guys real quick. Okay. So this dude starts laughing uncontrollably. This dude starts laughing uncontrollably. Vex, what you want to do?
Well,
we're gonna try to get through this round, and I need to run. But go ahead, Vex.
yeah,
Sorry.
no, I'm just gonna draw my pistol on the Jaffa who stepped in front of me and is looking out the window.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use my other hand to snatch up the the rifle that I dropped. So I basically have one in each hand.
Mm-hmm.
Although I'm thinking the way Vex is holding the rifle, he can't really shoot it, but that's fine because I'm pretty sure I only have one round left in that gun.
Okay.
And he's pointing the pistol. Let me double check which pistol it is.
Well, and just
but yeah, he's
for
pointing the
mechanics.
pistol at the UFO, and he says, "Those are my pals over there. Answer fast." And that's it for my round.
Those are my pals over there. Answer fast. That's eight words. Okay. So in that case, you're able to pick up the rifle. You do that. You say that, and that's your turn. Unless you want to take, unless you potentially want to take a penalty to try and fire, depending on what they say.
Over there can be a single word.
Or there is fine. I don't need the over. It's fine.
That's cool. I'm cool with that either. However you want to play that, I'm cool with that. That's fine. So you're okay to still take a shot if you want. There is not an immediate response from the dude. Of course, it's well, actually, I did the other NPCs, so yes, he potentially could respond. Okay, dude does not respond. However, you will hear over the speakers, which you didn't necessarily even know there were speakers in the building, but apparently there's speakers in the building, over a sound system, a PA system or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You will hear a pretty mechanical voice say, let's see, I'm going to see how personable. Let me give a roll to see how personal the response is. Personable. Not very personal. Okay, the response or the announcement is, "Do not harm my drone. He will not harm you. For now." That's what you get over the speaker system.
Alright, well, Vex is going to look up and around as if wondering where that came from, and that's going to be my turn.
Okay. It wouldn't be hard to notice. There are speakers in the ceiling. There are speaker grills periodically in the ceiling. And that's where I came from. Yeah, that's not hard to figure out. You'd never heard them used, never thought about it. Probably would assume that they were non-functional since you never heard them used.
Yep, more shock than anything.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm sorry, did you say, are you going to do anything else then?
No, no, that's my turn.
Very good. That's Vex. Mr. Stringer, what would you like to do? There is no not seeing the 10-foot tall raccoon. You may or may not see the lizard because, there's a 10-foot tall raccoon. But, yeah, you definitely saw the raccoon in his action. What do you want to do?
Road. And then I'm gonna.
I missed the first part of what you said, apparently.
Oh, I'm going to reload.
Reload. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Then I'm going to take a shot at the raccoon.
Okay, so reload is an action, and taking a shot at the raccoon would be your second action. So you'll have your negative there.
Yep.
But go for it.
I'm going to throw some luck into this. So the second action is -3. And then I'll add the luck. Come on, dice, don't fail me now.
Oh, shit.
32 to hit.
Okay,
Nice.
well, you hit. They don't have... They have a decent movement speed, but their reflexes ain't much.
And 2 hit.
2 of them hit. 2 rounds hit. Okay. See some damage. Oh, you got 1 damage. You got damage on 1 of them and a hit location, so we need 1 more of those.
22 damage in the 6 for the second
Okay,
bird.
so left. So first one was right leg and then left arm.
Yep.
Okay. Did you fire? What was that? That was an all 4. You reloaded all 4, so I assume that was an all 4 shot. Yeah, you rolled your die 4, so it was. Okay, so you had. So yeah, you went. So it pop, 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 pop. More not automatic gunfire. It's more like a boom, 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 like a double, like a 4. Like 2 double-barrel shotguns firing at the same time. There you go. Anyway, so that happens. 2 of them miss him. 2 of them hit him. What did I say? Leg and an arm. We have. Okay, what was it? 27 points and 22 points. And
The dual purpose.
they're dual purpose. And this is the raccoon, but yeah. Okay. They got 2 of them hit. Your observation is 2 of them hit very hard. Definitely hit him. It didn't seem to react. There was no jerking back. There was no any of that kind of stuff. And it is covered in a fur-like something. Looks like a raccoon. And so there's not an immediate obvious reaction or response or whatever. Okay. So that's that. That's your round. So I think that's everybody for this
If I can
round.
move,
Yes.
I'm going to
you
duck
can get
into
a movement.
cover.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. He's going to take his action and I'm going to move this box over a little bit so that it is more, make easier to use our tokens with it. There. Okay, so Bullet is taking cover as well. So that's where we're going to end for today. This dude is laughing hysterically. This dude's laughing hysterically. This dude is laughing hysterically. Laughing hysterically. Unconscious. We don't know because he's out of everybody's line of sight. These 2 guys just recently went over the side of the building. That's all we know for sure about them. This dude is kind of hanging there, not falling off the roof. He's hanging by he's kind of suspended slightly by his straps right there. By his straps that were holding him from falling off the roof before. 10-foot tall raccoon. I'm just doing this so we got the recording and the status of where we are, and for everybody. 10-foot tall raccoon, 2-foot tall lizard, 8-foot tall monkey drummer. Yeah, that's where we are. Oh, actually, no. There is one more thing. Actually, let me see if I can do this. If I can find something real quick, I'm going to do one more thing. Then we'll call it. Just because it's too much fun to not, try to do this. Maybe. This... I don't understand the keyword search on Roll20 is completely for icons. I searched for clown and it's like showing me grenades and rifles and shit. I don't understand that at all. It makes no sense. Not only other things, but that there's apparently no clown. Alright, so anyway... So that's our clown. So we get... So Marcellus, you get 2 clowns that come into your line of sight.
Oh.
And up on top, a couple more clowns will come into the line of sight. And that's where we'll call it. So yes, if there was any doubt in anybody's mind, now that they have made themselves, known here, see them. Yeah, they're bozos.
Yeah.
The bozos have decided to participate in the excitement on the roof. And if anybody's curious, this is all completely random. I actually, after last week, I decided to have some other group, one of the other groups that has the theater and has stuff on the main street down here, because we're right there. I said at least one of those other groups was going to participate, was going to decide to send a team or whatever in. Made a couple rolls, turned out to be bozos, and so here we are.
All right.
Okay. So,
now we know it's the bozos. I think now that we know it's the bozos, I think if they don't attack us, we won't attack them.
Yeah, because these, it would be a reasonable assumption. You guys you've lived here long enough. You've had, and some of you have more interaction than others already.
Yeah.
That yes, they have their circus. There are times you don't want to go there. You don't want to get in when they're doing their stuff at after dark was the big thing. Once they close the circus up at dusk, you don't want to be over there. But other than that, yeah. So there you go.
But at least we're allies. At least for now, we're allies against Arasaka.
It would appear so at the moment. Yes. Yep.
Yep.
All right. So that is it for today. And does anyone have anything to want to catch or something here before we close out? Anything else?
I've uploaded the link that I'm pretty certain is that one with the character who uses the Malorian and the Battle Glove.
Very good. Okay, I'll check that out. Thank you. Mention checking out, of course, the free character sheet I mentioned earlier. Mention that again. That's over still at shop.punkgenerator.com. I appreciate anybody that could use the sheet. Go ahead and check it out. Oh, and first of all, to my players, if you guys haven't, if you guys would grab it and do a review, let me know what you think of it. I would appreciate it. You just go to the shop and do a checkout. It'll be free. There's that. The other thing, anybody, if you guys would check out, anybody that's listening can check out. It is still very, very beta and all that. But there is a PunkGenerator app for Android right now. I'm still going through the Apple Store process. It's a lot more difficult to get an app on the Apple Store. But it is live on the Android Play Store. If you guys want to check that out and give me a review, let me know what you think. It's not great. I'm still working on it. Needs improvements, but I'd appreciate it if you'd take a look at it for me. And if you see if you see anything obviously wrong with it and stuff, let me know that side. If you do a review somewhere for me too. And like I said, anybody else is listening, it's live. Go for it. Just be aware it's going to be changing, maybe potentially changing significantly. Yeah. All right. Thank you, everybody. Have a great week.
Cheers. Have a great night. Cheers all. Bye.
Cheers. Bye.
Fun.
See you guys.
Bye.